Whole world been watching and waiting for our return.
Well, the wait is over. We're about to give people what they want and what they need, so you better get ready.
HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide innovative and quality designs. They provide custom business cards, flyers, obituaries, event tickets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They are the one-stop shop for all your graphic designs and printing needs. Call today at 414-699-7729. That's 414-699-7729. Or visit them on the web at hdmediagrp.com. HD Graphic and Print. Let them make your next event a memorable one. It's HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide...
It's the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show. Good afternoon to you, Milwaukee and the world. Good afternoon to you, Brother Dennis Walton.
Good afternoon, Sister Soraya. How are you on this beautiful Monday, this sunny Monday? This sunny Monday.
I am blessed. It is Monday, y'all, March 28th. In fact, it is the last Monday of March, Women's History Month.
So, Women's History Month is
Yes.
over with as of this week.
Yes, Monday. It's the last Monday of March.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 3 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. Happy Monday to you, and you. We are so glad and delighted to be back amongst you all. Glad to be back in your company, in your home, your office, your car, wherever you are. Thank you all so much for allowing us to be back with you on today. Welcome to the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you have not done so by now, please, pretty please, with sugar on top, download that app on your mobile device today and type in HD Radio Online. HD Radio Online. Right now, I've been telling lots of people, Dennis Walton, to download it. They have been doing it. So thank you all so much.
I want to thank everybody as well, because we've been getting, of course, great feedback on the radio station.
Yeah.
And of course, again, hats off to you, Soraya, because you are doing a fabulous job of making sure that the music is just everything that you need to feel good. You know, that good inspiration in your soul kind of music.
Okay.
That's what we got going on. That's what we do. So, download the app HD Radio Online. One word. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
You will definitely not be disappointed
For
at
sure.
all. At all. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. And also, if you have a growing business, church, or ministry, we love for you to come and grow with us. If you want to email us at hdradio21@gmail.com. And we do have a new email address. I would definitely get that to you. In fact, I can get that to you right now. hd@hdmediagrp.com. I'm going to get that email address up to you before the end of the show. But right now, it is hd@hdmediagrp.com. But you can email us now at the old email address that's still active at hdradio21@gmail.com. If you have a business, an event, church, or ministry, you can email us. All right. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can do so as well by emailing us. Also, we'd love for you to be a part of the show. Dennis, Walter, we have so much to talk about today.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on.
So yes, it's been a lot going on here at home first, but I know everybody's been itching and waiting to get to the news and get to the Solar City Gospel Radio Show to talk about.
That's what we're doing.
Yes,
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
We're gonna start right out on that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I know everyone's want to hear about this Will Smith and Chris Rock ordeal.
Yeah.
I have mixed emotions about it because Will Smith is my all-time favorite actor.
So that's what we're doing.
Yes, that's what we're
talk about it right now.
Do we have to?
I mean, you talking about it. You might as well just go right into it.
Let's just dive right in.
It's the trending topic.
It's the trending topic. Let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
Let's dive right in. As we all know, I don't even have to read it verbatim. As we've all seen. I didn't even watch the Oscars on last night.
Yeah.
But I have been following the story all night and all morning on what happened. As we all know, Jada Pinkett Smith had been dealing with this illness or disease. I think it's called alopecia.
Alopecia.
Good
morning, Mr. Green.
Hey, cuz, how you doing?
Yeah.
Alopecia.
Alopecia.
And is that some form of eczema?
Well, it's something that makes your hair fall out.
Yes, it makes your hair fall out.
I guess it's something that's common, actually.
Absolutely. Yes.
So her low haircut is not just from a perspective of just wanting to have short hair.
Yeah.
But she has this this disease, allegedly, that causes her to have hair loss.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And she's grown into it. She's so beautiful. And she's grown into it. And
I say everybody's so beautiful, though. I mean, we don't even know what beauty is nowadays, because no matter what, a woman could have purple and brown hair. You'll be like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Dennis, we're talking about.
Everybody's so beautiful nowadays.
We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm giving Dennis. I'm giving credit where credit is due. All right.
Yeah.
But Jada Pinkett Smith, she is dealing with this disease, and of course, Chris Tucker. Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. Chris Tucker must be thinking about me, y'all. Chris Rock. I firmly believe he just went too far.
Who? Chris Rock went too far?
I believe he just went too far. But just to top it off, right? I believe Chris Rock and Will Smith, that was just built up.
What you mean? Like they already had an issue with each other?
I believe so.
I think that's a reasonable assumption. I don't know if it's actually true, but I think that might be a reasonable assumption.
But can I back up for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Because when Chris Rock came out, and I've been watching this all morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I should have been an investigator, because you know what? While Chris Rock was doing the stand-up, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, Will Smith laughed at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then he laughed.
Yeah, everybody laughed.
And then he gets up and then he went and assaulted him.
Yeah.
So at what point I'm just trying to understand the whole concept between
it was just so unpredictable. No one in a million years. Actually, can you go to it? Let's just go to it.
I'm just trying to understand.
Let's go to the video.
Okay.
And then let's just watch it and then have a little bit more conversation about this slap, this Oscar slap. Because first I thought it was like fake. I thought it was staged. I'm like, but after I watched it 99 times, because I watched it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it was real.
It was real.
Yeah.
It was real.
It was definitely real.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
So y'all, let's check this out.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Hey, bro.
Dennis, that's not funny.
Dude, like, okay.
Dennis.
So let's just break that down.
Like,
so
yeah.
First of all, I was like, well,
yeah.
First I was on Will's side.
Yeah.
Like, he shouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was thinking like,
okay.
Like, okay, Will Smith has always been one of my favorite actors.
And you know what? And
the reason why he's been one of my favorite actors is because Will just did it his way.
Okay.
And he did it without, can I talk?
Go ahead. My cousin is saying something.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, Will just been the most positive person ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always just been my favorite. Like, he's been, like, for the world, he's been the example of being positive and just being a man of character and never showing any anger, any aggression.
And he still is. He still is. Okay.
No. He didn't. No, his squeaky clean image been tarnished. It has been. He's taken a hit. But, so first I was like, well, Chris Rock, I never really liked Chris Rock. Chris Rock has never been like a person that I like as a stand-up comedian. Even though he's popular, he's famous and all of that. Okay. I've just never been a big Chris Rock fan. Okay. But of course, nevertheless, he's an icon. He's a well-known, recognized in the business of being a comedian. He's established. But when he said it, I was like, of course, you're like, oh yeah, Will did the right thing. But then when I started thinking, I'm like, first, it was so much to unpack. I just didn't want to see no black man going up there and slapping no other black man like that in front of the whole world. I think it was just like a bad example for young people, you know what I'm saying, who's watching. This is a family event. The whole world is watching. Then you just don't. One thing you never do is you never slap a man. That's the most disrespectful thing you could do is slap a man. So I do believe that Will Smith overreacted. There's no way to get around. Now, people can justify it for whatever reason. Not justify it. I was like, yeah, you should have slapped him. But then as I started thinking, I was like, with them being professionals, with them being on the world stage like that, it wasn't the best example to set. Okay. I think it's safe to say that. Okay. But Will Smith, I think he showed a very human side of himself. I think he was at a very vulnerable place at that moment. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like, well, this is probably the biggest night of his life. And then here comes somebody trying to be funny, a Chris Rock who is irritating anyways. You're going to come and insult the man's wife on the world stage on the biggest night of his life. And it was just, the joke was inappropriate. The reaction was inappropriate and the joke was inappropriate. So do two wrongs make a right?
All right.
He had to slap him. He had to slap him. His hands licensed as a boxer. I do agree. Wish we would have went up and said, bro,
apologize. This is my special day.
Special day. Come on, Dennis.
Wait.
You would have slapped him.
But right. You know what, Greg? Wait. I was expecting a different answer from Dennis.
What was the answer you was expecting?
You should have slapped him.
I said first I did think.
I know that. I was expecting.
First I was rooting for him. First I was like,
I know. Yeah,
but
right.
Then when I saw how violent it was,
yes.
And then when I started thinking about
the
image of a black man getting up on stage slapping another black man,
right.
Like that, I was like, nah, this ain't cool.
Yes. And
it wasn't the right thing.
And then on top of that, I mean, it is all about having self control.
Yeah, because you're at the highest level of your profession.
Right.
The Oscar is like the end all be all to every actor's,
Yeah.
And I just think it was not a good look on Will's part to go up there and hit that man like that.
Yes.
And it just showed a lack of self-control and a lack of discipline, but it also showed that Will Smith is a real person.
Yes, because he stood up for his wife. He took up for his wife, and but you know what? And he did not he did not he ended up apologizing to his fellow nominees, but he did not then apologize to Chris Rock.
So let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. Would Will Smith have went and slapped The Rock the way that he slapped Chris Rock?
No.
That's what I'm saying. If that was The Rock instead of Chris Rock.
Well, but you know what?
No, I'm just asking. If it was The Rock instead of Chris Rock, would he have done the same thing?
I don't think it would have happened like that. I don't think Rock would have insulted his wife like that, though. I don't think that would have happened like that.
No, I'm just saying, if The Rock would have, a lot of people wouldn't have done that.
Right.
But let's just say, if it was The Rock sitting up there with all the muscles, right? With all the muscles, WWF Rock, and he would have said, hey, Jada, I can't wait to see the next role that you play in G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Would Will Smith have got up on that stage and slapped The Rock the way that he slapped Chris Rock?
I don't think he would have.
Why not? It's his wife.
But it wouldn't have went like that.
Well, I'm saying he offended his wife.
No.
So my point is that if you wouldn't have did it to The Rock, you shouldn't have did it to Chris Rock.
Well, again, that was build up.
I'm just saying.
There was hostility.
Again, if you wouldn't have did it to The Rock,
come on,
you shouldn't have did it to Chris Rock.
Come on, Dennis Walter. Remember when Bernie Mac slapped the white man in the
Mr. Green said he would have. Mr. Green, you think he would have slapped The Rock?
That was
WWF Rock.
Did you see how The Rock was looking when they showed other people in the audience? I'll say he would have. Well, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
But nevertheless,
I was just saying, would he have kept that same energy if it was The Rock up there? Would he have went up there and slapped WWF Rock in the face the way he slapped Chris Rock? I don't think so.
All right, so
that's my point.
Nevertheless, Chris Rock did not. Of course, he decided to not file charges. They said.
Yeah.
Just in, it says he declined to file a police report after Will Smith ended up smacking him. So.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying like, well, he offended his wife.
Yeah.
But I don't want to condemn Will. It wasn't the right thing to do. I'm not gonna say as much as we be up for like, yeah, he should have hit him. Yeah, he shouldn't have talked about his wife. The bottom line is, from a responsible standpoint, Will Smith shouldn't have slapped him. I can't say. I don't know how. Never would he have slapped The Rock. he would have got the smack.
They would have had to go
to. Let's keep it real. He would not have slapped The Rock like that. Okay, but everybody said, well, he got up and he defended his wife. No, he went up there and slapped somebody who he knew he could get away with slapping him.
And he defended his wife.
No, I want you to follow the point, Soraya.
He defended his wife.
I want you to follow the point.
I'm following the point.
No, you're not following the point.
Yes.
Okay, Soraya, would he have slapped The Rock? Yes or no?
Dennis, bottom line.
Yes or no? Would he have slapped The Rock?
No, but overall, the reason why he did what he did.
You negating the point, Soraya.
Dennis.
Would he have slapped The Rock? Yes or no?
No, but bottom line.
So listen. Okay. If he wouldn't have slapped The Rock, if it's about him, it's about him defending his wife, then he would have slapped anybody if he was angry like that. But you're saying that if it was The Rock sitting up there with all those muscles, but you're not listening.
I'm listening.
Jesus.
Go ahead. But we can't keep bringing other people.
I'm making up. Listen. Okay. Let me finish my point without you interrupting.
But your point is invalid.
It's not invalid because my point is that.
Go ahead.
The question I'm saying is that did he slap him because he knew he could get away with it?
The bottom line is he slapped him because he insulted his wife. That's the bottom line.
And again,
you were out of order because you insulted the man's wife.
Okay, but again,
okay.
What do you slap anybody else like that?
Okay, we don't want to bring nobody else in it. Bottom line, it happened, it's over with, and he insulted the man's wife. And like he said,
so you approve of him
I don't approve of him doing what he did. It's done and over with, it's the past.
Yeah, we talk about it for the sake of radio.
Okay, but the bottom line is, like he said, keep his wife's name out of his mouth.
He didn't say that.
Okay, he did.
No, he did.
Well, you know what he said. I'm not going to say what he said, but we all know what he said. And it hurted him. It hurted her feelings, and it hurted his. All right.
But I did see. Okay. Like, honestly, I love Will Smith.
Right.
I have no.
And you would say the same thing if someone insulted your mother, no matter who it was.
But what I have, I'm just putting myself in the same shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have walked up on the stage and slapped him like that?
Okay.
Maybe, but I ain't Will Smith.
Right, but okay, and he could have handled it in a different way. Yeah, you know, definitely. He could have did what Denzel and Tyler Perry did during commercial break. You know, like they pulled him to the side during commercial break and told him that he could have handled it in a different way. He could have, you know, pulled Chris Rock to the side. Dude, you could have, you know, don't insult my wife like that. You know, that was out of order. You know, whatever. You know, no, that anger could make you do a whole lot of things.
Yeah, I know everybody
that you don't want
away with that.
You know,
everybody could have got away with that. Anybody else would have went to jail.
Anybody else would have went to jail, and that could have led one thing. It could have went from one thing to another. You know.
But one thing I could say about Chris Rock is he got chin. His chin is a rock. Because he took that slap.
He did.
He took that slap.
And he kept it moving. He kept it moving.
Again, I gotta give Chris Rock his props.
Yeah.
Because when he slapped him like that,
he shook it off.
This is what it reminded me of.
He shook it off.
This is what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when Elmer Fudd shoot Daffy Duck in the face and slapped his beak off and shoot his beak off. He slapped that man beak off his face. He slapped his mouth crooked. It was just like when Elmer Fudd shoot Daffy Duck and his beak be off. He be like, whoa, his head be smoking. It like his head was smoking after he slapped him.
and this goes back to a previous conversation that we had. You never know what a person is going through.
Yeah, I agree.
You never know.
I just think it was a breaking point for real.
It was a breaking point.
Because it was highly emotional for him. This is the biggest night of his life.
Absolutely.
And that's where I do think Chris Rock was wrong.
Yeah.
It's the biggest night of this man's life. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Yeah. And then comedians do be going too far. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you just pick on this man's wife and say the things that you saying? You know that this is his most vulnerable place, his most vulnerable space. He at the highest his emotions is running high. He about to win an Oscar. Then you get up there and offend the man's wife. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Will Smith did the human thing, and I think sometimes we put people who are in the public on a pedestal, and we forget that they're human beings.
Absolutely.
And again, so I think Will Smith had a real human moment, and he went up there and he let it be known how he felt. But Chris Rock had the greatest comeback in television history, like he said. He said, whoa, Will Smith just smacked it out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa.
Dennis.
Then he said, I know, Taraya, gosh, Dennis. Man, it's playing all over the TV.
It don't matter.
Anyway, he smacks him, and then he said, this is the greatest moment in television history. I said, this boy right here is A1.
He bounced back.
That was like,
and he kept it going.
His career just went through the roof for taking a slap.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then Will Smith got plenty.
He did.
He got plenty man points.
Yes, he
for
did.
defending his family.
Absolutely.
And so yeah.
So just then, P. Diddy says everything has worked out between Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So according to Page 6, he can confirm that the feud was settled at the Oscars after party hosted by Vanity Fair.
But honestly,
yeah.
Now I might would have. I don't know. I can't say. No, I know if you would have slapped me like that, I'd have hit that nigga upside the head. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd have wrapped the whole mic stand around his back as soon as he walked off.
Oh my God. Oh.
It would have been, the Oscars would have been over with. We would have flipped over tables.
Yeah.
I'd have jumped straight off the stage and karate kicked him in the back.
I
Let's
know.
be real about Dennis Wall.
I know.
You ain't great slap me in front of everybody like that and then just turn your back. Boy, I'm knocking a chunk out the back of your head.
Right. That's the 24th.
That's the truth.
That's the 24th in Chambers.
I would not have taken it the way Chris Rock took it.
That's the 24th in Chambers.
Yeah, I wouldn't have took it the way Chris Rock took it at all.
Mm.
It'd have been on and popping.
Okay.
But it happened.
Mm-hmm. It happened, and he's human, and I still love Will Smith.
So how you feel about Chris Rock?
Again, I've always liked Chris Rock. I mean, I've never been a fan of his, comedy. He's funny on some stuff.
But I've never been a big Chris Rock fan.
Right. But some stuff he's funny in. Yeah. But
to me, he's kind of like, and I know a lot of people might disagree. Like, I'm not a Kevin Hart fan.
Oh my God, I love Kevin Hart.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but I'm not a Kevin Hart fan. I don't like his comedy.
I love Kevin Hart.
But he has his moments.
Yes.
So Chris Rock to me is kind of like.
I love Kevin Hart.
Chris Rock is kind of like Kevin Hart to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, I don't really listen to their comedy, but I respect that they're who they are in the business.
Absolutely, yes.
And but Chris Rock, I think I have to give Chris Rock his props.
Absolutely.
The man handled himself like a consummate, as they say, professional.
Definitely.
And wow, I mean, you have to be. Yeah. He handled that. He handled that one like a champ.
He handled it very well.
He took it on the chin.
Like a champ. Yes. His integrity showed us how to handle big moments, even in embarrassing moments. And that's exactly what it was.
That was so.
And he told us, he said, man, it was a joke. That wasn't a joke. It was not a joke.
So, okay, tell me why you said that.
Because you insulted the woman. You insulted his wife.
But again, comedians insult people all the time in the name of joking.
Absolutely. But
so was he so far out of bounds when this is what they do all the time?
The thing about it is you have to draw a line, because when you saw that Jada Pinkett was not smiling, you should have ended it right there.
He did end it right there.
But obviously not when he got that smack.
Will ended it right.
He ended it right there, absolutely.
Because he moved on from. He was like, "Oh no, man, I was just playing."
Yeah.
What tripped me out now, look, and we can move on. What tripped me out is that when Will got up, he was like, "Uh-oh."
He's like, "Uh-oh." But he didn't.
And then, hold on.
Go ahead.
And then when Will Smith started walking up there, Chris Rock stuck his face out like.
He
was like, what?
But he wasn't expecting that though.
But the fact that he was like.
So now we all know everybody hates Chris.
Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris.
I really wasn't too fond of that show, but
it's not Chris' first time joking about Jada. He apparently was warned before. That's what Mr. Green said.
See?
His integrity showed us how to handle big moments, even in embarrassing moments. I agree.
Yeah.
So again, even though you can just definitely say that Chris Rock went too far, the way he handled it, I bet. Yeah. I bet he gonna watch his mouth from now on. He's gonna be very careful about who wife he joking about.
Yeah.
And this is, can you just imagine all the memes that's gonna come out of this? All the memes with Will Smith going bananas. What Chris Rock said, this was the greatest moment in television history. I said, whoa, that was the greatest comeback I ever seen.
And I thought that he handled it very, very well.
First I was like, well, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock career out of his mouth.
He slapped the taste out of his mouth. He
just slapped his whole career out of his mouth on television. But then after I watched it a little bit more, I was like, Chris Rock handled that. He's going to get a whole lot more jobs after that. They're going to talk about this forever. That is forever in the history of Oscar moments.
He handled it very well.
But it's still just.
He handled it very well.
It's still just foolishness.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
This shows you that we have to learn. The Bible talks about.
What's the teachable moment? Because that's what my mama said. It was a teachable moment.
Self-control and temperament. We have to learn how to have self-control and control our temper. Okay. Like Dennis, like when you talk about me, I have to learn self-control not to choke you.
That's right. when you insult me every day.
I'm just saying.
It take every bit of me not to push you down because I know you can't get back up that easy.
See, I have self-control. I have self-control because I don't want to catch a case. I don't want to catch a case because you got.
I'll be slapped for that.
Because you got check my.
Get up and slap me.
Check
my head like this.
check my police record. Check my police record. You got. I don't want to catch no case.
Oh man.
Look, all right. So you got to learn self-control.
Yeah.
That's key.
Like I said, I exercise self-control every time.
You gotta learn
every day with you, so I'm used to it.
Telling you,
I'm used to getting insulted to talk about.
And then your temper, if you fly off the handle at the quick of a dime,
Jesus,
it's no joke. Because
that was amazing.
It was.
That was absolutely amazing.
Yes, and that's why we have to learn how to let things go.
So a lot of people were like, it's not a big deal. It was a big deal.
It was a very big. What are you talking about? Not a big deal.
I was listening to the radio all the way here, and a lot of people were just like, it wasn't that big of a deal. No, man. First of all, these are 50-plus-year-old black men.
So keep in mind, all of this time that he had been insulting Jada, all of this time it's been building up. So when he was talking about her, then it was boiling.
Well, a lot of people saying why he didn't slap the dude who his wife was sleeping with.
Huh?
The little boy that she was sleeping with.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
You don't know about that?
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Why she ain't
yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, they like why
yeah.
So a lot of people hold on. So a lot of people said why he didn't slap the little boy that his wife was sleeping with when she got on TV talking about something. Me and August had an entanglement.
Yeah.
Well, that was an entanglement right there for real.
Yes, it was.
That's what Chris Rock should have said. I didn't predict this entanglement.
And like you said, we put these famous people on pedestals. We look up to them, and they go through things worse than we do. Like,
I mean, people are people. People are human beings when it's all boiled down to it.
Yeah. That's true.
That's
true. Yeah.
I just wish both of the brothers well in the end of it.
Absolutely.
And I think we do need to just continue. Let me do my Jerry Springer, the summary.
Yeah, this will get you a week on Jerry.
that was a Jerry Springer moment for real.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is that Chris Rock, as a comedian, I think he just set a new precedence for comedians that they need to be a little bit more sensitive of the subjects that they decide to talk about when they're making jokes about people based upon the personal things that people are going through. And I think he just raised the bar with making more comedians aware that you can possibly get your beak slapped off if you say the wrong thing, because plenty of comedians be needing to get slapped and they get away with it. Will Smith just set a new bar, letting people know, I'm the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I'm from Philly. Don't get it messed up.
Don't get it twisted.
I'm still a man.
Don't get it twisted.
Do not disrespect my wife or my family like this. And I'm a human being. And he showed a very vulnerable place in the history of his career. And it just lets you know that you can only go so far with people before the pressure gets to them and it makes them snap.
That's true.
So it was just it was sad. When you looked at when he gave his speech, it was sad.
It was.
Because you just saw the hurt in him. Because everybody always talking, because Jada Pinkett Smith have embarrassed Will Smith with so many things that she have been doing. Cheating on him, making all kind of comments, all the red table talk. She have just basically drug him through the mud. And he's been the butt of everybody's jokes because of her, because of being married to her. And everyone is always talking about how he's weak and how she allows her to just run all over him. And he has stuck with her throughout all of that. He stuck with her through the whole thing. I just think it was just a highly sensitive moment. And I just didn't like the fact that Chris Rock knew that this was the height of this man's career. And you took that type of shot at his wife. Absolutely. So it balances out. I think there's a learning moment. And he took that shot at him. Yeah, I think it balances out on both ends. For sure. probably could have handled himself better, but he showed that he's a human being. And Chris Rock just needs to watch his mouth.
Absolutely.
Everything ain't funny. Everything is not to be joked about.
Overall.
So
yeah. Okay.
It was like my mama said, it was a teachable moment.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. All right. 35 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. Wow.
Hey, like I said, I bet you everybody gonna be watching the Oscars next year. Yeah, the Oscars probably like slap him again.
I wonder is he gonna host it next year?
Yeah, it's like oh, Chris Rock will definitely be back. He definitely be back. They're gonna slap him again. Because nobody watches the Oscars.
That's what I said. I didn't watch it at all.
No. Look, they said that.
But when I went
online, they said that it was trending.
Yeah.
7.2 million people at the time had tuned in to watch him get slapped like that.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a lot of people watching the Oscars next year.
Absolutely.
So the Oscars are probably like really happy. They're like, man, we glad he slapped him.
Absolutely. I'm like.
So okay, there's more stuff to talk about.
What happened? Okay.
Hey, this was a viral moment, and it's it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, keep your mouth, watch your mouth, and sometimes maybe you gotta handle yourself a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Will Smith.
Yeah.
I have a higher level of respect for Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Because he did handle it like a professional.
Yes.
I don't think no man in the world would have allowed themselves to get slapped like that and would have composed themselves like that. So right. I had to take note to his composure.
Yep.
And I had a similar situation like that, but we'll talk about that another time.
Well, while you out there, tell us about your situation.
No, somebody slapped me like that. Somebody, they didn't slap me, they punched me.
And why they punch you, Dennis?
Because they was mad at me. They was upset about something.
Oh.
They was upset about something that I said. They took it the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
But they said something about me first. I responded. We were in a professional setting. We were in a professional. We were in a business meeting. The man said something about me. I responded. He responded by getting up and punching me in the face.
And then y'all
got in the meeting.
The professional meeting
with doctors.
Oh my God!
I'm talking about we were doctors, we were business people, everything. The man gets up and punches me in the face.
Yeah.
At the medical college. Let's just say I didn't handle it like Chris Rock.
So embarrassing.
I beat that man all over the office. They had to lie. They pushed the panic button and everything.
Oh
God. But you know what I'm saying? But after the situation went, I gathered myself. I sat down at the table and I finished the meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
But dude got up and punched me in the face.
Wow. At
the meeting. He's the one who offended me.
That's what I'm talking about.
I responded in an intelligent way. The way I responded, he didn't like the way I responded. He gets up, loses control, punches me in the face. And I just started hitting him with everything in the office.
And what was the reason he punched you?
Because I said it.
Because you had...
No, he made a comment.
Right, he made a comment.
He made a negative comment, a disparaging comment about me. I responded to the comment. He didn't like my response. So after I responded, he got up and punched me in the face. And I beat him with everything in the office. But afterwards, I finished the meeting. I did. And I told him, I said, this is why I just explained. This is why this is why we're having the issues that we're having with this individual. I sat there, my eye was a little bit swollen, everything. I sat there and had to finish that meeting because it was a business meeting. Yeah. And I had to, because all the doctors and all the business people, they all ran out the office, locked us in. Me and dude in here just straight dude trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't work out for him. After he hit me, he realized, okay, I'm not just a businessman, and, we did what we did, and when they came back, they was like, what happened? I was like, he gone. It's like, how'd you get him out of here? I said, well, he kind of crawled, but he left. He crawled up out of there.
Well, he was show at the right place amongst doctors.
Yeah, he was at the right place. He was amongst doctors. I whooped that boy all over that office.
Oh, geez.
But I still have to compose myself afterwards and still handle the meeting and all that. So I've kind of been in a similar situation like that. But I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't offend him first. You know, he offended me. He just didn't like my response.
Okay.
Chris Rock, that's a little bit different. He dissed the man's wife.
Yes, he did.
You know, so.
All right.
Moving along.
All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break, all right? 40 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. Be right back right after this. Keep it here.
Mortuary sponsors the 2022 self-starring gospel Easter band, Captain Spirituals, the Swanee Quintet, April the 17th, the fabulous Lucky Brothers, you Willie Rogers, Bishop, Neil Robinson, Mr. Taylor, Evelyn Turntine, AG, and Abundant Face, located at 7830 West Good Hope Road, Curtis Eubank, Tiffany Terry and Company. Pick your tickets up at the New Pitts Mortuary. For more information, call 414-447-6000 or 414-788-9159.
It's HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide innovative and quality designs. They provide custom business cards, flyers, obituaries, events tickets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They are the one-stop shop for all your graphic designs and printing needs. Call today at 414-699-7729. That's 414-699-7729. Or visit them on the web at hdmediagrp.com. HD Graphic and Print. Let them make your next event a memorable one. It's HD Graphic Design and Print, where they provide.
All right, so let's City Gospel Radio Show. We are back. All right, 41 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock p.m. I want you to mark your calendars for Sunday, April 17th, Resurrection Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. It is a soul-stirring gospel musical Easter bash sponsored by the New Pitts Mortuary. I want you to get your tickets today. It's going to be a great lineup. We have not had a good musical within 2 years due to COVID. On this lineup is going to be Tiffany Terry, Curtis Eubanks, Evelyn Turntine AG, Bishop Neil Robeson, Willie Rogers, Canton Spirituals, and Harvey Watkins, the Lucky Brothers, Willie Rogers, and more. I want you all to get your tickets. Be a part of this great event. It's going to be taking place at Abundant Faith Church of Integrity, 7830 West on Good Hope Road. Tickets are on sale right now, $35 in advance, $40 at the door. And also, it's going to be a buffet and concert together. Now, you can get your tickets in advance for that. You can eat before the concert, and that's $45 in advance or $50 at the door. And the dinner will start at 1 p.m. All right, and the concert will begin at 4 p.m. So you don't have to cook if you don't want to. All right, you don't have to cook if you don't want to. You can be a part of this great buffet, and they're going to have a whole lot of food.
Who's doing the cooking?
I mean, I don't know, but
that would be nice enough.
We will find that out. But but they're going to have everything you can think of. They're going to have everything.
I want to go.
Soul food buffet.
Can you get us some tickets to that?
We can definitely get some tickets to that.
Yeah,
all right.
Cool.
All right. So again, we want you to be a part of this great soul-stirring gospel musical Easter bash. It's taking place on Sunday, April 17th at 4 p.m. But we want you to be a part of this soul food buffet event.
Yeah,
I
want to be a part of the soul food buffet.
Of course you do. Okay.
So you can eat from what time?
1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh man.
All right. All right.
You're probably gonna need to get there early, though. I'm gonna get there early because I want to eat before everybody else. I'm gonna get there at 12:45. Because if you get there at 3 o'clock, all the good food gonna be gone. I'm coming, especially Michelle Pitts, because she be when Michelle Pitts. I really like Michelle Pitts.
Yes.
And I just like her as a business person.
She's
in our
very,
community.
very vibrant.
She is like iconic in the community.
Yes, she is.
First of all,
absolutely.
She is one of the most professional people that you've seen in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Her business caters to a very serious demographic in our community when you're dealing with people's burial and funeral services.
Right.
Just all that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to be so respected in this community to handle, people's funeral services.
Yes.
And I've never heard anything negative about her.
Definitely.
Every time you see her, she's just full of energy.
Yes.
And her concerts she should have been on television herself. She should have been a radio personality because if you listen to her do her commercial drops,
yes,
she'd be just like full of excitement.
And she is a radio personality.
Yeah. Well, and again, it you can tell it comes off very well.
It resonates.
What is her show?
She's on 860, I believe, on Sundays at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then her concerts have been very consistent.
Yes.
You know, she definitely has a foothold and a staple in the gospel community here in Milwaukee. And she's just, I think she's phenomenal. And I think that she's been doing such great work for such a long time. And then not only is she like, you know, promoting her business, but she's always giving back to the community. She's always supporting the community. She's always lifting the community up. And these concerts, I think, are, you know, just one of the many things that she does as a way to give back and provide, you know, something entertaining and inspirational to our community.
For sure.
So yeah, shout out to her. I would just encourage everybody who can attend this event. As Soraya stated, it is post-pandemic. Everyone's getting back out. This concert, if you love great gospel music, is going to be absolutely phenomenal and outstanding. And again, we want to support people like Michelle Pitts, who, you know, who are really like the fabric of the business community here in Milwaukee. So shout out to her. And like I said, I would encourage everybody to go. Who did that amazing flyer?
This flyer?
Yeah, that flyer is the bomb.
Yes.
The colors are just popping out.
Yes, Mario Dickens' creation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
He did. He always does a great job. Yes. So we want you all to be there. And in fact, you will see yours truly, and Brother Dennis Walton will be there as well, too. So you can stop by the table and you can see us as well. So Higher Dimension Radio will be in the place as well. All right. So again, tickets are on sale right now for both the dinner and the concert. It's $45 in advance and $50 at the door.
Who's hosting that?
You know what? I don't know this year because 2 years ago, Ernie G hosted, but he transitioned.
Yeah.
Shout
out to the late great Ernie
yes,
G.
he transitioned. So I don't know.
One of the greatest radio personalities in the history of the Milwaukee community.
Yes, he was.
Definitely.
He was. I don't know who's hosting it this year.
Maybe I can make a move on that. Maybe we could host this around.
I don't know. But for the concert only, it's $35 in advance and $40 at the door. And for children, it's only $10 at the door.
So
all right.
So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
The buffet is included in the ticket?
The buffet is included in the ticket, which is $45 in advance and then $50 at the door.
Okay.
Right.
So if you're going to eat, the ticket is $45.
Right.
If you're not going to eat, the ticket is $40.
It's $35 in advance. In advance.
Okay, so it's $45 if you're going to eat, and it's $35 if you're not going to eat.
That's right.
And that's in advance.
In advance.
Okay, and then again, if you get the ticket at the door, if you're going to go to the buffet, it's going to be $50.
It's going to be $50 at the door, right?
$50 at the door with the buffet,
right?
And if you're not,
it's $40 at the door.
40. Okay,
absolutely.
I think that's very, very reasonable.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's a lot of entertainment. And then you know what? I'm excited. You know who I'm excited to listen to?
Who is that?
Actually, it's Curtis.
Okay, yeah.
I've just heard so many phenomenal things about him as a recording artist.
Yes, he's amazing.
And that he just has this amazing soulful voice, but I've never heard him.
Oh yeah, he's good.
I've never had the opportunity to listen to him.
You would enjoy him.
Yeah.
You would enjoy him. All right. So Dennis, how's the weather out there?
Cold.
Is it cold?
Yeah, I mean it's cold. It's like, what is it, like 40, 30, like a 38, 40 degrees. It's a crisp kind of cold.
Oh, there we go. We're back on.
No, I'm not.
Okay, come back on then.
I'm trying to.
All right, we are back.
Sorry about that.
All right, technical difficulties. All right, so as I was mentioning, the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office identified on today the 3 Milwaukee men who were shot and killed yesterday near 54th and Mill Road. They have been identified as Anthony Thompson, 26, Tyrese McKinney, 39, and Clarence Harris, 52, all 3 of Milwaukee.
So, okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
They were
a triple homicide.
Yeah, triple homicide yesterday.
That's a lot.
54th and Mill Road. Anthony Thompson lived at the apartment along with 52-year-old Clarence Harris, Thompson's brother. Tyrese McKinney was also found shot to death in the apartment.
Man.
God. According to the medical examiner's office, McKinney and Thompson's mother last saw her sons alive early Sunday morning. Nearly 12 hours later, a stranger found the brothers and Harris inside the first floor apartment. No arrests have been made.
Yeah. It says acting Mayor Cavalier Johnson made an appearance at the scene. He said, "We need people to put guns down. Do not solve their problems or disputes with guns," said Johnson, calling again on state legislators to work with the city to try to keep guns out of the working hands. We don't control gun law at the local level. We don't. Said that's a good solution, but it's not going to stop the violence. Said Tate, violence will never stop in Milwaukee. I lost a granddad to gun violence. I lost an uncle to gun violence. I almost lost my life to gun violence, and I just lost one of my best friends to gun violence. It will never stop. Johnson also pleaded to the community that if they know something, to tell someone, because if it happened to you, or if it happened to something if it happened to someone you care about, we would want you to speak up. We would want you to say something. Said Johnson, the circumstances leading up to the shooting are under investigation.
Okay.
But again, it's one thing. So it's interesting because I have a event that's coming up this week where we're designing a campaign around gun violence, and and that's the thing. It's like it's one thing to say, stop the violence, but there's going to have to be some real practical steps to just change the narrative in our community, because the mindset of the people are shoot first, kill first. And how do we address that psychology? How do we address that mentality? Because if you look, this is not the only homicide over the weekend.
No, I was just going to read another one.
Violence is just trending out of control.
Absolutely. And I was also looking at an article. I just did some research, and it says we are now at 47 homicides in Milwaukee. I'm not sure if that number is accurate.
I mean, who's
there have been 47 homicides of this year.
And
I don't
compared
know.
to what?
This
is 23 more than last year.
Yes.
So we're double the rate of homicides right now.
Yes, we're double.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
That's very frightening. Yeah.
And they said
now this is not they haven't added the one that just happened.
Okay. Yeah. So we're ahead of
so it's more.
We're more than double the
Absolutely.
rate of homicides. So homicides have actually doubled.
Definitely.
And I think that puts us at one of the highest rates of gun violence in the nation.
Yeah.
The city of Milwaukee is probably trending at the top 5 cities as far as violence when you look at per capita and how many people we're losing based upon our demographic and our population and the size of our community to be experiencing so many homicides.
Right.
It's out of control.
Right.
It is out of control.
Oh God.
So I'm reading here. It says 3 more people were shot Sunday night.
Okay.
And one of them are in grave condition.
Okay, I'm looking at one. Is it 51st and Concordia? Milwaukee police are investigating a double shooting that occurred on yesterday on 51st and Concordia last night around 9:23 p.m. Police say victim number one, a 19-year-old man from Milwaukee, suffered life-threatening injuries. He was transported to a local hospital where he's in grave condition. Victim number two, a 19-year-old man from Milwaukee who sustained non-life-threatening injuries. He was presented to a local hospital where he is expected to survive. The circumstances leading up to the shooting are under investigation, and Milwaukee police continue to seek unknown suspects.
And again, that was on Concordia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it says Milwaukee police are investigating two separate shootings. I'm assuming this is one of them that happened Sunday that left 3 people injured. The first shooting took place around 9 p.m. on 64th and Hampton.
Okay.
A 20-year-old man was shot and suffered non-fatal injuries.
Wow.
Circumstances leading up to the shooting are still under investigation. Police are investigating a second shooting that took place minutes later at 9:23 on 51st and Burlock. So I don't know if that's the same one that's on Concordia.
Yeah.
19-year-old man. Was the guy that was on Concordia was 19 years probably
same one. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is the same one.
Yes.
You just don't know. It might have been on Burlock and Concordia. But yeah, so there's just a lot of violence that's going on.
And I was reading an article earlier how the medical examiner is but they're saying they're suspecting over 300 cases for the summer.
So they're predicting.
They're predicting 300. Yeah.
Murders.
Yeah.
They're expecting 300 people to be dead by the end of the summer.
That's what I read this morning. I said, no, that can't be. That can't be right. No.
That's what they said.
That's what I read this morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is, man, that's not good.
At all.
It's definitely not good.
At all.
I'm going to reserve like a lot of comment just as far as saying who's at fault or who's the who of this. But as a community, as a community, we need to figure this thing out. And there has to be a different level of programming, a way to reprogram and renew the way that we think about each other. And the fact that we have so much violence, we really have to define the root of the violence, you know, and I think we're missing that. I think we're missing the mark on defining what the actual circumstances are that are leading to violence. Even though there's a lot of random things that are happening, I still feel like as a community that's trying to figure this out, there's something that we're missing collectively that's stopping us from being able to say, okay, this is the area that we need to go in to address what's causing all this violence in the community, you know. So again, I'm actually going to be hosting a responsible gun ownership
program
workshop on this Thursday. So we're going to be designing a violence prevention campaign, and we're also going to be
who is we? Who are you partnering?
The members of the community. Right now, it is the Amani community, the Amani Neighborhood Association, in partnership with the Dominican Center, and the residents that are within the Amani community are coming together to design a responsible gun ownership campaign, as well as a violence prevention campaign for the summer. Because what we're looking at here with gun violence is that residents have the right to own guns. You can't take that right away. It's the right, it's the fundamental right of each individual to be able to bear arms, unless you're a felon. That right has been taken away from you. The community is overwhelmed with gun violence. Everyone has a gun. So to me, one of the issues that we have to address is that you can have a gun, but who is providing the opportunity for people to understand how to become responsible with their guns? And when you look in other communities across the nation, or just even in the state of Wisconsin, when you go into the rural communities, most young people grow up with an understanding of how to use firearms. So you don't hear about a lot of people getting shot on farms or a lot of people getting shot in rural areas because hunting and gun safety is a part of their upbringing. In our community, you just get them dumping guns in our community, and there's no gun literacy. There's no campaign around saying, hey, if you're going to be a gun owner, there's a responsible way to go about it. How do you become a gun owner and protect yourself in a way that's legal, in a way that's safe? And how do you make sure that if you're a gun owner, you're responsible and mature enough to be a person who carries guns?
So are you looking to get families involved in this campaign, or
Yeah.
is this okay? So are
families, we want families.
Okay,
So
so
young people
mhm,
as well as the adults, we're calling them to a
right.
special meeting on
Mhm.
Thursday
Okay.
At our avenue.
Mhm.
We'll be at the pavilion, at the Moody Park Pavilion.
Okay.
And what we'll be doing is we're calling the community out so that we can listen to them.
Mhm.
We want to know what people are feeling about the gun violence that's taking place in the community. What are some of the ideas that they have? Let them vent. Let them tell us
Mhm.
how they're feeling, what they're going through. One of the reasons why we want to do this is because everyone's been pent up and everything's been virtual.
Right.
People haven't had the opportunity to come out and express themselves.
Mhm.
So this event will be an opportunity for us to listen to the community around what they're feeling or what they're experiencing around gun violence, but then also get feedback from them on what we can do as a community to prevent gun violence. And we want to design a gun safety campaign
Okay.
that is ongoing, not something that we just do for 1 day or 2 days, but something that becomes a blueprint for how we want to change the way that we're living in the community. We want to create a healthy lifestyle. We want to gear people up to change the way that they're approaching interacting with each other. So this campaign is being designed in partnership with, again, COA, the Dominican Center, the Amani United, the Office of Violence Prevention
Right.
is going to be a part of it, and we have some more guests that will be a part of it as well. I'll give more information as the show goes on, but we are putting a call out to the community to meet with us. The actual strategizing session will begin at 5:00 on Thursday at the Moody Park Pavilion. We'll be there from 5 to 7. We're going to have food, refreshments as well, but it's really going to be an opportunity for the community to come out and be heard around something that's serious, because as we see, violence is trending in an upward direction. And if we can get ahead of this by mobilizing our residents in the neighborhood and having these discussions and creating a campaign, that's what we're seeking to accomplish to help us address the issue of gun violence.
So can other people from other communities be a part as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So we're again, we're looking to
Mhm.
create responsible gun ownership awareness.
Okay.
What does that look like? You can have a weapon, but you cannot be irresponsible with those
Absolutely.
weapons.
That's key.
And
That's key.
that information needs to be consistent throughout our community, and it needs to be ongoing. We're in the beginning phases of designing what that looks like. And we invite everybody, just because we're doing it at the Moody Park Pavilion and we're doing it, in the Amani neighborhood, all residents are welcome to contribute, because we want this blueprint to be, we want this campaign that we're designing to be a blueprint for the city of Milwaukee, because all the neighborhoods are challenged with this issue of gun violence.
That's right. Okay. Got you. All right. 4 minutes after the hour of 1:00 p.m., another shooting took place on yesterday morning. Police are investigating a double shooting that happened near 76th and Good Hope. Around 2:10 a.m., the two men, ages 28 and 23, were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. Police continues to seek unknown suspects. Anyone with information are asked to contact Milwaukee Police at 414-935-7360.
I'm sorry, did someone die in that shooting?
No, they are expected to survive.
So that's like 10 shootings
Yes, over the weekend.
over the weekend, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 shootings,
Yep,
some fatal, some not.
absolutely. Yep.
And it is frightening.
It is.
And let's just talk about this for a brief second as well. Safety,
Mhm.
the issue of safety.
Yeah.
I think everyone's having this challenge with how they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on in the city of Milwaukee. Every neighborhood. Now, again, there's a time where I'll call out leadership and, say no one's doing anything. But at the same time, I can't point the finger at others and not be a part of the solution myself, which is one of the reasons why we're designing these campaigns and we're creating information about gun literacy, and we're calling the community out to gather with them and meet with them to have these discussions around violence. But our community is not safe. It's not safe.
No, it's not. At all.
And I know we're all, praying for the best. We're all, just trying to get through all of the circumstances that we deal with and just not be harping on what's negative. But our safety is a critical component.
Mm-hmm.
It's critical to our, to having a healthy lifestyle, to having a safe lifestyle. And we're going to have to mobilize around what that looks like. There's no one person who is the solution to the problem. It is a collective thing that has to occur as far as the mindset changing in our neighborhood and in our community. And we got to take back the streets.
And I was going to say, what will that take?
It takes us as residents, as citizens who are concerned, overcoming our fears and being proactive and getting in front of this and demanding that we change the way that we're living, putting pressure on those who come into our community and are comfortable with violence, working with our elected officials, working with our residents, working with law enforcement, working with the community organizations, appealing to the mothers, the fathers, talking to the youth. It's going to be it has to be a comprehensive strategy.
But can we really say, are we moving forward?
All I'm saying is what I'm planning to do, right?
Yeah.
And so it's one thing to keep complaining about it, but I'm saying this is what we're going to do in order for us to work to be a part of the solution to the problem. So the organizing that's taking place, we're reaching out to every aspect of our community to bring them out, to listen and start to have conversations. And then the only solutions are going to come from within. So as we get people together and people start to express themselves and they lend their ideas and contribute to what safety looks like, it's something that it's a starting point for us to address this and not just allow violence to keep going on. And we're not having an outcry. We're not coming out to speak against it. Yeah. Because if the police shoot one of us, the whole community is coming out. Now when civilians and citizens shoot each other, we need to have that same level of outrage, if not more. That's right. There needs to be a level of shame. There needs to be a level of embarrassment when you take a Black life. We need to raise the awareness of how Black men are dying at a rate that's out of control in this community. How women and children are being victimized by violence. We can't just not continue to talk about that and how important that is and keep putting pressure on the community to change its ways. Okay. Yeah. So again, all right. The meeting will be hosted. This listening session will be hosted at the Moody Park Pavilion, 5:00 on Thursday from 5 to 7. Everyone is invited to attend. We want legislators. We want educators. We want residents in the community. We want churches. We want neighborhood organizations. All of the above to come and be a part of this discussion. Now, would this be an ongoing campaign? It will be. Weekly, monthly? Would this be? We're designing the campaign right now. Okay. This is the first of a series of listening sessions that we're going to be hosting. And this is going to be ongoing. From here on, we're not going to stop raising awareness around gun safety and gun violence in our community. And we're not going to stop engaging the community around those discussions and soliciting their input for solutions. And those solutions are all going to be taken into consideration as we work collectively to create, again, more strategies to address the issue. So this is going to be something that we're planning for it to be nonstop, because we're at a place where we can't just have one listening session or one meeting or one, opportunity for people to come out. We're going to make sure that this is something that's programmed into our community monthly, weekly, every day if necessary, as we strengthen our numbers and we get people to become a part of the campaign. Yeah. Okay. So this is what, this is my effort. that I brought to the table for my neighborhood, for the community, but also, like I said, something that we can do as a blueprint, for the rest of the city of Milwaukee. But I'm tired of complaining about it. So these are the actions that I've initiated within the Amani community, and the response that I'm getting with the participation from the organizations that are in the community. That we've all agreed that we cannot allow our community to go unchecked, and we cannot neglect the fact that people are suffering and they need to be heard, as well as in order for us to solve this problem, everyone's going to have to roll their sleeves up and have a hand in helping us to address the violence in the city of Milwaukee.
All right. Sounds good to me. All right, keep us posted.
Yes.
And it's at 5. It's from 5 to 7. This
It's from
Thursday.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
I'll pull up the flyer
and
before
just
the end of the show. And I'll repeat it again.
And just so people know that our avenue, the pavilion, is on 24th and Burleigh.
Yes. So the pavilion is in the back of COA.
Okay, which is 23rd and Burleigh then, right?
Technically.
Okay,
Yeah.
23rd and Burleigh. All right. Okay, and then for more information, is there a phone number?
Yeah, well, right now, for more information, you can call me personally.
Okay.
414-698-9905. And then again, I don't have the flyer up right now, but I'll give the other contact information before the show is out.
Okay.
I'll pull the flyer up, and then we'll go back and revisit this.
Wonderful.
Because it is something that we want to make sure that people are a part of. So before the end of the show, I'll give more of the specific information.
Wonderful. All right. 11 minutes after the hour of 1:00 p.m. All right, Dennis. So remember last week, the young baby and the 15-year-old girl was missing. They had the Amber Alert out. Remember I was telling?
They found the girl, but not the baby.
They found the girl, but not the baby. But then they ended up finding the baby.
They found the baby.
They did. They found the baby.
They found the baby safe.
They found the baby safe.
Oh,
yes.
Thank God.
So a 14-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl were arrested in connection to the abduction of the 3-month-old baby.
Okay.
Okay. So the boy's mother, of course, says she is grateful for the community support and for the work that Milwaukee police put in to find the baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the mother, the 35-year-old, said that she was trying to help the teens who are now accused of taking her son.
Mm-hmm.
She tells the news station that, and this was kind of confusing to me, and it may be confusing to you, but I'm gonna try to read this story verbatim. She said that she told the news station that she met them at a nearby store, and they told her they were trafficking victims in need of help. She said they basically lied to me like they was being trafficked and molested. She said I offered for them to come to my house to find somewhere to go. And if they didn't have a ride, I was willing to call an Uber or a Lyft for them to get to where they had to go. But they never stayed there. That was never the intention. It got a little late. I ended up dozing off, and when I dozed off, my baby was gone. They was gone, and my door was unlocked. And then the Amber Alert went out around 1:10 p.m. that afternoon, and then an investigation went out, and after that, they found the baby safe and unharmed. So she's wondering why they took her baby.
Soraya, okay. Okay, can you go back to the beginning of the story?
Yeah.
That was a lot, right there.
It was a lot, and that's why I was confused too.
Now,
the two girls, right? The two girls, it was a 14-year-old girl and a 16-year-old girl. They were trafficking. They told the mother at a store. They saw the mother at a store, right? She met them at a nearby store and said they were in need of help.
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
This woman was at the store,
Mm-hmm.
and these girls came to the store.
Yes, they met at a nearby store, and they told her they were trafficking victims in need of help.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she said they basically lied to her.
Now they had the baby with them.
She had the baby with her. Yes, with the mother. The mom and the baby was together.
Okay.
So apparently she brought the girls back to her home.
Okay.
And the mother ended up dozing off. And when she woke up, the girls took the baby.
Okay. Now I'm like, because this is just a lot to unpack.
Yes, the
so
girl.
These girls. So did she have a previous relationship?
Don't know.
So okay.
Don't know.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm thinking
So
she
now,
maybe had because why would they? For them to call her, they knew her. Right. So, okay. I'm just trying to figure out the story.
don't know.
So they called this woman
Mm-hmm.
and they had the woman meet them at a store.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they were being sex trafficked. And then the mother took them back to the house based upon their story of them being sex trafficked to help them out. She went to sleep and they kidnapped her baby.
And so they're now being charged.
You think?
They were arrested in connection with the abduction of the baby.
And where did they find the baby?
They end up finding the baby on 44th and Freebrants off Capitol.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This world going insane.
And the teens were arrested.
That's just crazy.
But at first they said that the baby was with the 15-year-old, but the 15-year-old young lady never had the baby. So the baby was by himself all along. It was a confusing story.
I think it's safe to say that there's more to this story.
I said that too. When the 15-year-old did not come back home with the baby, I said it was more to the story then. So.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that it's more to this story.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that just thank God the child is safe.
Thank God.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
God, dog. They're doing too much. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So
moving along. So we do have elections this week?
No, 1 week from tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Next week.
Yes, 1 week from tomorrow.
I'm spazzing out.
Yes.
So 1 week from tomorrow.
Yes.
Next Tuesday is election day.
Yes, it is.
And we will be voting for a new mayor.
It's been 20 years
since we've had a new mayor.
18 years. Rather.
18 years. Right? So that race is heating up.
It is.
And I think with all the issues that we're challenged with in the city today, people should be more geared up and participating in this election than any other election, so that we can decide who's going to be the leader of this city.
And you know what? From the looks of it, people are not excited about.
I don't see any
hype, any excitement.
It's crazy because, and I don't know, where I go and the places that I be in today are very limited.
Yeah.
I'm not out in the public as much as I used to be. I stay in my safe places right now. So maybe I'm just missing the ball. I'm out of the loop.
Okay.
But in the circles that I'm in, I'm hearing absolutely no one talk about the mayor's election. Nope. I'm hearing absolutely no one who is gearing up to be a part of what's going to be happening on election day.
Yeah.
I don't hear any enthusiasm, and I haven't been tuned into a lot of the local radio as of lately because we do our own radio stuff.
Yeah.
But I've kind of been disconnected from listening to the other stations that exist in the city. And I'm pretty sure they're talking about it on all the radios. So you do have a segment of the community that is definitely engaged. That is engaged in the election process.
Right.
But overall, I just don't see a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And I don't even see any signs or commercials. I don't see I was on the south side. I saw one. I was on Lakeshore Drive I was on Lakeshore Drive on the south side over the weekend. And I saw two signs.
For mayor?
For mayor. I saw a Cavalier Johnson sign on one side of the street, and I saw a Bob Donovan sign on the other side of the street. And outside of that, I have not seen, I've probably seen three at the most. I've probably seen 3 Cavalier signs, and I've probably seen maybe 3 Donovan signs.
Well, I've seen a lot of yard signs.
I haven't.
Yeah, I've seen some yard signs.
You said you've seen a lot of them?
I've seen quite a few of them in some people's yards. But
what area?
Wauwatosa.
What signs did you see?
Cavalier Johnson.
Mm.
Yeah.
In Wauwatosa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the people in the city of Wauwatosa vote for the mayor in the city of Milwaukee?
I've seen Wauwatosa, yes, on my way to Frederick. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen quite a few. Yeah.
But again, the question is, Wauwatosa is a different
but I have not
jurisdiction.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Cavalier Johnson going that way.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just wondering, like, doesn't Wauwatosa have its own council, have its own board, it's its own jurisdiction?
Right, but I've been seeing them in people's yards.
Have you seen any Bob Donovan signs?
No.
Yeah, I've seen very few, but I've seen maybe 3 to 5 signs. But I haven't, and I've seen very few.
But I haven't been seeing, I haven't been seeing any billboards. I haven't been receiving any mailers in the mail, any advertisements in the mail, or anything like.
Well, you can bet that this week it's going to turn up.
Okay.
You're going to probably see commercials on every channel. I would assume it's a week before the election.
All right.
You know, just a week before the election.
Well, I know who has been working.
I wish we could have got him on.
Pastor Greg Lewis, he's been working. So, but I know if you do need a ride to the polls, we can call him.
Yeah, we actually should have have an interview with him.
Yeah, we still can if you want to.
That depends. I think I'm going to be out of town next week.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, but if you do need to ride to the polls, you can call 414-324-1629, 414-324-1629, and Pastor Greg Lewis will get your soul to the polls. He's always been an advocate of voting. On voting day or early voting. I think you can still do early voting as well.
I think, what is it?
Yeah, you can still do early voting.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
We need to check that.
Yeah, we will check that.
Because there's a week before the election, so early voting may
be
on.
Okay, we'll look
available.
Into that. Okay.
I hope it is, because if it actually, I'm gonna go vote today.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually meant to do it this weekend.
Okay.
But I'm going to go and vote today.
Okay.
I'm voting for me. Me for mayor. Everybody, when you go to the poll, if you're unsure, just write Dennis Walton in. Dennis Walton for mayor. I think that's a good look. Don't hate. Don't get slapped.
And don't get slapped back.
You ain't gonna do like Chris Rock.
This is the greatest television in history.
This is the greatest radio broadcast
in history.
I said, don't make me Will Smith you over there.
I know exactly what to do.
I don't want those problems.
You don't want those problems?
I don't want those problems.
You don't want those problems?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Well, AT&T announced on last week, Thursday, that it has more than 100 job openings around the Milwaukee area for a variety of full and part-time positions.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they're offering competitive salary and benefits, and they have customer service specialists, retail and in-home sales, installation specialists, and premises technicians, technical retail, and sales management. Now, some of the positions include medical, dental coverage, 401k plan, tuition reimbursement, and paid time off. The AT&T release says many offer a $3,000 sign-in bonus to those hired. Interested in job seekers should apply online and enter Milwaukee at the top. So
when they talk about the $3,000 sign-on bonus, that doesn't mean that you get $3,000 when you fill out your application.
No.
That means that you get $3,000, I guess, like on your check over a period of time.
Right.
That's up to $3,000.
Yes.
And I just say that because they have been saying that over the holidays, like with FedEx, that you get like a $3,000 bonus for different jobs.
It's incorporated in your check.
And it's like, I get $3,000. I'm gonna go get that
$3,000.
No. People would get that $3,000 and work 1 week and be done.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. You have something else, Dennis?
No, not right now.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. All right, 25 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock p.m. Be right back right after this. Stick and stay with us. Keep it here.
Mortuary sponsors the 2022 Soul-Stirring Gospel Easter Band, the Captain Spirituals, the Swanee Quintet, April the 17th, the Fabulous Lucky Brothers, you Willie Rogers, Bishop Neil Robinson, Mr. Taylor, Evelyn Turntine, H. Lord Abundant Face, located at 7830 West Good Hope Road, Curtis Eubank, Tiffany Terry and Company. Pick your tickets up at the New Pitts Mortuary. For more information, call 414-447-6000 or 414-788-9159.
And we are back on the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show, 35 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock p.m. Having a good time here. If you are just tuning in, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And, all right, Dennis, so we are back in the news. Good afternoon to you, Portia. Thank you so much for being with us on today. All right, so if you are just tuning in, want you to be a part of this soul-stirring gospel musical that's coming to Milwaukee Resurrection Sunday at Abundant Faith Church of Integrity, 7830 West Good Hope Road. Tickets are on sale. But before the concert start, we're going to have this soul-stirring Easter Bash soul food buffet. Michelle Pitts, I'm telling y'all, when she does it big. Real big.
I know that flyer making me want to get my ticket right now.
You know when she wanted this flyer done, she said design it to where you could pull the food off of the flyer.
I literally just want to grab that chicken leg and just eat it right now.
So the soul food buffet, it is happening before the concert. It starts at 1 o'clock. All right. So in order to get this soul food, y'all, hey, she's having everything: baked chicken, fried chicken, ribs, roast. Oh, you don't even.
That's just how you gonna be at the buffet table.
Self-control.
I can see it right now. You gonna be like grabbing everything. You gonna be like.
So. I hear you, Will Smith. I hear you.
That's how Chris Rock got rocked.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Will Smith. I know exactly how you felt, Will Smith.
I don't want to get Will Smith. I don't want to get rocked. Will Smith will rock you.
But again, we want to see you all out for this the Soul Stirring Gospel Musical Easter Bash, all right? Yeah. For both the Soul Food Buffet and also the concert being sponsored by the New Pitts Mortuary. It's on Sunday, April 17th. The buffet starts at 1 o'clock, and the concert is at 4 o'clock. Again, it's at Abundant Faith Church of Integrity, 7830 West Good Hope Road, where the honorable pastor is Pastor Robert Piles. And the buffet and the concert is $45 in advance. And then if you do not get your ticket in advance, it's going to be $50 at the door for both the buffet and the concert. All right. If you don't want to do the buffet, well, for the concert only, it is $35 in advance and $40 at the door. All right. And then for children, it's going to be $10 at the door. For more info, you can call 414-447-6000 or 414-788-9159. 414-788-9159 or 414-447-6000. And it is being sponsored by the Nupes Mortuary. All right. So, okay.
So speaking of all of that soul food, right? All that good soul food.
That baked chicken do look good, don't it?
That baked chicken do look good, don't it? Yeah. Who designed that flyer?
This one?
Yeah.
I did.
Who was I?
HD Graphic Design and Print.
Okay. That one didn't go over your head. You caught that.
Hush.
HD.
Hush, Dennis.
HD.
Dennis, be quiet.
One more time. HD. HD.
Graphic Design and Print.
Graphic Design and Print.
Yes.
You did an excellent job of designing that flyer. I think you should let people know that if they are looking for flyer design, this will be a good time to say, who you are and what we do as far as providing those services. Go.
You go. Yes. We also provide everything from business cards to websites, everything in between. All right. We are HG Graphic Design and Print. We also print as well too. So if you need business cards, postcards, obituaries, flyers, resumes, cover letters, invitations, programs, church programs, everything you can name, we definitely will try to accommodate you and customize affordable packages for you. We definitely be able to do that. All right. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Portia.
You are the absolute bomb. But you know how I knew you did that flyer?
Self-control.
You know how I know you did that flyer?
I hear you, Will.
Because the baked chicken is the first thing
I'm about to walk on
Because that baked chicken is jumping off the page.
Baked chicken is one of my favorite meals. Right.
You went in on that baked chicken right there.
Baked chicken. I can't stand you.
I knew that was your flyer when I saw that golden baked chicken out there. I mean, it's jumping off the page.
Are you finished?
Then you got the what kind of bread is that?
Don't worry about that. That's pound cake.
Pound cake on the side. The greens, the macaroni. There's some yams on there.
No.
Oh man.
That
is making me hungry.
That's Mr. Green's.
What's that roast? Oh, some ribs up there.
That's Mr. Green's ribs.
Yeah. Make sure you attend this. Make sure y'all attend this soul food buffet.
Make sure your face
at the soul stirring concert.
Yes.
It's going to go down.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be there. Soraya going to be there.
Yes.
Shell Pitts going to be there. All the great artists going to be there. The whole city is going to come and show up and show out.
Grace on the stage, Bishop Neil Robeson, Evelyn Turntine, AG, Willie Rogers, Harvey Watkins on the Canton Spirituals, Tiffany Terry, Minister Curtis Eubanks, the fabulous Luckett Brothers, and many, many more. So you got to be there, okay? It's going to be hot. We haven't had a concert, a good concert within the past 2. Well, we had concerts, but of course of this magnitude because of COVID. So we want you all to come out and support Michelle Pitts and the Nupes Mortuary. All right.
I'm sorry, it's going to be where?
It's going to be at Abundant Faith Church of Integrity, 7830 West Good Hope Road, with the Honorable. If I ain't cooking, take my picture. Oh no, those weren't your ribs. No, I'm just kidding. Those weren't your ribs, cuz. They look just as good as yours, but they weren't yours. They look like your ribs, but no, they weren't your ribs.
Chris Rock.
They weren't.
I'll give Chris Rock for one rib.
They weren't your ribs, Pookie. It just keep calling me, man. Just keep calling me.
Don't get Chris Rock for one rib. Mr. Greens ain't having it.
Look, my cousin, his ribs.
I know I want some right now. You got some ribs right now?
Ask him.
Mr. Greens, you got ribs? I'm coming to get some.
You have any ribs right now, Mr. Green?
I hope so.
Let's
He
see.
making me want some. And he give you a big old nice slab of ribs too. Can I order mine right now? That's what I'm thinking about it.
He said not now.
Oh,
You have to wait until Friday.
I ain't gonna be here.
Oh, that's right.
Man, all right, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
I'm coming from the ribs. I'm coming from the ribs.
All right, Pookie, calm down.
I'm coming from the ribs. Coming from the smoked ribs, man.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Speaking of ribs, pre-diabetes has more than doubled among American children.
That's not funny, Dennis.
I think that's a good segue, right?
That's not funny.
Into this next story. Pre-diabetes, right? You know, it is summertime. We're going to be eating all the soul food, all the ribs, all the barbecue chicken. And
please, we trying to encourage people to come to the soul.
No, I'm just saying it's
but
cool.
It is going to be healthy items on this soul food buffet.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely want you to show up. But I just want to, you know.
Don't come glut, but.
Yeah, you know, gluttony is a sin.
It is.
Right. So you can eat just, you know, in moderation.
Don't look at me. I don't glut.
You don't glut. I don't need that on the line.
I hear you, Will. I hear you. Will Smith talking to me right now.
I'm gonna take a note. I'm gonna teach him a moment because I almost said something.
Will Smith talking to me right now.
Trying to get Chris rocked up in here.
Will Smith talking to me right now.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't trying. Everything ain't funny. People be taking stuff personal.
That's right.
So I would just say don't glut, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I hear you, Will.
Oh my God.
Okay, go.
Anyways, in this next story, it is about health.
Yes.
And something that I think that people need to be aware of. Like I said, we're going to be, of course, we are, you know, food is a way of fellowship. Food is a way of bringing people together. Food is a way of motivating people, inspiring people. Food just does so many different things, right? But we know if we abuse the food, it can affect our bodies in a negative way. And we need to be conscious of that because there's a level of obesity that's taking place in our communities right now that's out of control, right? And I ain't trying to talk about nobody in here or nowhere else. I'm just saying that we have to be more conscious of what we're eating and controlling our intake of certain foods.
Very true.
Right?
I agree.
The children are our diets are trickling down to our children, and the children are not like when we were children. You know, you saw every now and then you had a fat kid that was around, you know, but it wasn't like.
I'm not ashamed. I was born.
I wasn't even talking about you.
You were. I'm not ashamed. I was born 9 pounds.
I promise I wasn't even talking about you. No, I wasn't even talking about you. I'm just saying.
I wasn't fat. I was fluffy.
I wasn't talking about you. I promise I wasn't.
It's all right. It's okay.
That just came out wrong. Look, that came out wrong.
I was fluffy.
I wasn't talking about you.
Okay.
I'm just talking about like now you see more children who are overweight today than when we were when we were younger, right?
You're right.
And you know, like we were in shape, we were athletic, we was outside on the monkey bars,
right.
We played basketball, we played football, but we were just athletic.
Right.
Today the children are not athletic.
That's right.
And you know what? Okay. I'm going to go on a little rant for a quick second.
Okay.
One of the things that I hate about seeing the children today
what about them?
is that, man, look, mothers and fathers, this is just a sidebar. Something that's really irritating me. Quit letting your child go outside with house shoes on. That is irritating me so bad. Everybody got the slip slides on their feet, you know? Like, that is just so irritating. All day long, your child walking around in flip-flops. In school, in church, in the grocery store, outside, walking down the street. Put some shoes on these children's feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, flip-flops are not meant for people to wear them all day long, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about I'm watching kids outside the gas station, coming out the gas station with flip flops on. They standing on the corner begging with flip flops on. They riding bikes and scooters with flip flops on. Like, put some shoes on your children's feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you walking around with flip flops and house shoes on all day long, and then I'm seeing people like it's like the style now. I'm seeing men with house shoes on.
Okay. That's the culture that
it's I'm in Mayfair Mall the other day.
Yeah.
The dude come in with some whole house shoes on. Some whole house shoes in Mayfair. Like, bruh.
Well, Dennis, what can you do?
I'm just speaking about it. It says a lot about you if you are that you walking around all day as a man or as a woman in public with house shoes and flip flops on. That's not something you just wear out in the public all day long. What is your life? What are you doing where you just so comfortable that you go to Mayfair with some house shoes on?
They just feel that it's convenient. They just slip them on and head out.
Man, that is just
ridiculous.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
That's just pet peeve.
All right.
Put some shoes on.
Put shoes on. All right.
But pre-diabetes has more than doubled among American children and among the adult population as well. I went to the doctor a couple of months ago, and the doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic.
Really?
Yes. He said that my A1C, what is it?
A1C.
A1C was higher than what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Right? And he was like, I needed to change my diet and everything because if it gets higher, then I'm going to be moving into
diabetic.
A diabetic place. I don't have no history of diabetes in my family. I have been eating up too much of just, I did let my diet get out of control during the pandemic. I think we all have like a pandemic diet that wasn't that's healthy for us.
Yeah, pandemic pounds, what they call it. Yeah.
And people, I gained 30 pounds over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I went from 165, 170 to 200, 200 pounds, right? So I'm like, so when he was like, yo, A1C is out of control, I'm like, whoa, because I was having some, I was having some problems with my vision.
Right.
My eyes was getting a little blurry.
It
started to scare me. I'm like, and then my hands was clamping up. It was just different things that I was going through. My body was changing. And even though I'm, when you see me at 200 pounds, I don't look like I'm a heavy person.
Right.
If you know me from.
You carry very well.
If you know me from the past couple of years, I've never weighed this much. Right. I'm very skinny.
Very, very skinny.
So now
very skinny.
Now I'm breathing hard. I'm taking breaths and stuff like, oh man. Even on the radio, I had kept my breath like, oh, okay, I feel like you sometimes, right? And it's like, no, I'm just saying,
Will Smith.
So, but okay, get back to my story, right? We've all put on some pandemic pounds, but it is really like you see it in the children. You see a lot of obese children today. Everywhere you see the children. And the reason why I brought the shoe thing up is because, when we were outside as kids, we had on shoes, tennis shoes. We was running, we was playing, we was active. And I think that if you got children who are wearing house shoes all day, they're obviously not playing basketball. They're obviously not playing football. They're obviously not doing something athletic because of, they got on house shoes. I think that can contribute to the lack of activity, can contribute to the obesity of our children. Well, again, pre-diabetes has doubled amongst your children, and you need to really, really check your children's diet. These kids is going into stores every day buying Flamin' Hot chips,
and
Wildwood Pops.
Yep.
There was the Taki Hot chips.
There you go.
Cakes, candy.
Yep.
It's like they're addicted to the gas station food. There's no way your child is going to be healthy. Your child is going to be able to think clear.
Yep.
Your child's going to be productive. If their diet is such a sugar and starch diet all day long, run to the gas station.
And now they have diabetes before they're 10.
And now they got diabetes before they're 10 years old from eating Flamin' Hot nachos.
Or hemorrhoids. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go to the store, they give you some Flamin' Hot Cheetos, some cheese and meat.
No, they don't give it to you. You go ask for it.
Well, yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, you can go be like, I want some flaming hot Cheeto nachos. So I seen them open the bag up of flaming hot Cheetos, dump meat in the bag, and then put cheese in it and shake the bag up and sell it to the children.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. So this is probably the reason why our children are having a high rate of pre-diabetes.
Yes.
Right? Pre-diabetes in American youth is following a concerning trend. Rates among children have more than doubled in about 20 years, according to a new study. The increase was seen over almost all subpopulations of young Americans, regardless of income, ethnicity, and education, said study. Assistant professor of population health science and policy. All right, they said the study published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics included children from 12 to 19 years old and looked at the data in the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey from 1999 to 2018. Over that time, the rate of prediabetes in adolescents went from 11.6% to 28.2%.
Wow.
It more than doubled.
Wow.
And again, like I said, when we were young, you didn't see as many obese kids. Now it has doubled.
Yeah.
More than doubled. And they said, and it's rising fairly steadily. And it's rise very steadily in that time frame. They said the study included children. Again, it said prediabetes is very common in adults, but 80% of those affected don't know they have it, according to the CDC. The condition is marked by blood sugar levels that are higher than normal, but not yet at the diabetes threshold. And it increases a person's risk of developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Now, come on now. If your child is at 10 years old and they already pre-diabetic, right? We're producing unhealthy children in the society.
That's
if these studies are proven to be true. So your children don't even have a chance if they pre-diabetic at 10 years old.
That's right.
Now they got a higher level of higher risk of having a stroke, higher risk of having heart disease. And all of this different stuff is critical. And I don't see us really. We've gotten so far removed from family dinner. Sitting down at the dinner table.
Phone free.
Your mom.
Phone free.
Your dad preparing a meal.
Yes.
Everyone sitting at that table. Mom has cooked up the vegetables, the healthy stuff, and you sit down and you eat and have a healthy meal. You don't see that even when I go to the grocery store and I see people shopping out of control because everybody EBT crazy.
Right.
When you look at people's carts, the cart be filled up to the top
of junk food.
Everything be junk food,
French fries,
and microwave
hamburger.
None of it is
neck bones and
neck bones.
Let me tell you, my mother, she know how to grocery shop, real grocery shop.
Yeah. She
buy the frozen, the healthy vegetables, which is the frozen kind of vegetables. That's the healthy kind of vegetables.
What you mean?
The frozen vegetables, like the frozen green beans and the frozen corn. That's the healthy. That's where you get the nutrients from.
The healthy vegetables are the fresh vegetables.
The fresh vegetables. That's what I'm talking about. When you buy when you buy out the freezer. When you buy out the freezer, the bags.
That's not the fresh.
Yes, it is fresh.
The fresh is the fresh pick. You go up to the farmer's market and get your vegetables.
And the frozen kind. Yes.
The frozen
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Frozen vegetables are
frozen.
Not fresh
Yes, it is fresh.
No, it's not.
Yes, both of them are fresh. Yes, it is.
Fresh vegetables are the ones you go to the Fondy market.
Both of them are.
You go to the fresh produce section in your grocery store.
Yes.
And you pick your vegetables, you pick your peppers and your onions and your tomatoes.
Yes.
All of that stuff, and you look at it and it's fresh.
Right. And then also in the bag as well too.
You talking about when you go to the grocery store, go into the frozen section and grab some mixed vegetables that's frozen.
Right. Those not fresh?
No, that's not fresh.
Well, those are fresh.
Funny.
They are fresh with the green beans and the corn. Yes, they are fresh. But they better than the can.
No,
Those,
ain't not.
yes, they are.
No,
They hold.
not.
Yes, the ones that are in the can hold more sodium. Yes, they are.
It's still not fresh.
Yes, they are fresh.
That's not fresh. When you
Dennis,
get it frozen, it's not fresh.
How come they not?
Because it's not fresh. It's when you go pick your produce out of the produce section.
Dennis,
fresh produce.
Dennis, the
when you
ones.
get your green beans, the fresh green beans out the produce section.
Yes.
They're not frozen. They're the fresh green beans. You look at them, you're like, oh, I like these green beans. You put them in the bag, you weigh them.
Dennis.
Right? When you go get your peppers, your onions, all of your stuff, you weigh it, you get your broccoli, your carrots, you go get all that stuff.
Yes,
fresh.
those are. I'm talking about the ones in the freezer, right? The ones in the bag.
That's not fresh. I'm telling you.
They're fresh. Those are fresh.
Dude, that is not, you don't know how to cook.
Yes, those are considered fresh to me.
That is not fresh vegetables.
Those are fresh.
That's not fresh vegetables.
Those are fresh. They fresh to me.
You serious too. That's the problem. The problem is you really serious. That's not fresh, right?
Okay.
It's okay. We're gonna get you to understand what fresh is.
I know what fresh is.
No, you know what frozen is.
They fresh and frozen.
I will let the comments have that one. I will let y'all in the comments deal with that. Anyway, my point is that we're not prepared fresh food and healthy food for our children, anymore. So you can see why we have such high levels of diabetes. And I think it's like really, really sad if we don't become aware of how we're destroying our children before they even get a chance.
Right.
If your child is already obese at 10 years old, and I see a lot of 10-year-olds that's just really overweight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's gonna happen when this boy is 15 or this girl is 15? You know, I see so many little girls, and it's so sad because them little girls. I mean, I'm not judging children or anybody because they're overweight.
Right.
But we do know that.
But it causes more problems. It brings on more problems.
If you have these children that are sitting up here and they this overweight at such a young age, that's really like a form of child abuse.
Yeah, but the older they get, it brings on more health problems.
Because it's gonna create, by the time they're 21, it's hard to get that weight up off of. I'm trying to get these little 10 pounds off of me, and it's the hardest thing in the world. Let alone if you 40, 50, 60 pounds overweight. Like that's not gonna be. It's just not easy. Yeah, it just creates a challenge.
Yeah, the older you get, that's right.
So I just think that this story is like really important.
Yeah.
So it says if we do not intervene, the children who have prediabetes, the children who have prediabetes have a higher risk of developing diabetes and also have a higher risk of all cardiovascular diseases. Right? Yeah. So your child is now 13, 14, possibly you're gonna have a heart attack.
That's right, because I've heard of young kids having heart attacks, having heart problems, and dying from heart problems as well too.
Young people,
absolutely.
Like I went to the doctor the other day. I got my heart checked. I got my brain checked. I got every scan I could get.
Yes, get that brain checked.
I'll be having some issues sometimes. I gotta make sure I'm straight up here. But again, I don't want to have a stroke or something, and it could have been prevented. So I'm making sure I'm regularly in the doctor. I'm healthy, but we have to make sure that we're healthy overall, and we have to make sure that our families and our children are healthy, and the diets are out of control. They say this study is well done and adds to a body of knowledge about concerning trends when it comes to diabetes in American youth. Right. And they say Dr. Robert Gabbay, Chief Science and Medical Officer of the American Diabetes Association, says, as a society, we need to work together to reduce obesity and prediabetes in youth. Gabbay said, this will take a broad public health approach from working in schools, families, and most importantly, availability of healthy foods with a particular emphasis on populations that are at the greatest risk, such as the youth population. What the study couldn't answer is why prediabetes has been on the rise. And that is the next question future research report. We can clearly see, you know, why diabetes has been on the rise, you know.
Yeah.
But again, the opportunity to address it is still there.
And you know, and like you said, how we used to be, how mama used to cook one meal. She used to cook back in the day. My mom used to cook one meal. It didn't used to be 4 or 5 meals.
Right.
It used to be one meal. You eat this one meal. If you did not, you didn't eat it all.
Right.
You know, now you got 4 or 5 meals coming from, you know, you eat a sandwich, you eat a hot dog, you eat the hot dog.
And you eat all night long.
You eat all night long.
I've seen people go buy like $500 worth of groceries. You'd be gone in 2 days.
Absolutely. Or you
ate all the cereal. They bought 9 boxes of cereal, all the cereal gone.
Right. Or you go grocery shopping and you still go and buy fast food.
Right.
You know, you don't cook. You know.
I remember back in the days when before you go to bed, you'd be like, I'm home.
Yeah.
And your mom would be like, you better go drink some water.
Absolutely. So
you better go drink some
not
water.
or not even having that balanced meal, eating that regular 3 meal a day type thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember, I'm not even going to say that. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Will Smith, are you listening? No, I'm just saying, you know, just having that balanced 3 meal a day, going to school, eating breakfast, eating the lunch, and then coming home, you know, having the snack and eating dinner, and that be it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then just having that.
It wasn't if you go in the refrigerator at late at night, you'll get cussed out.
You'll get killed.
Right.
And then sneaking. And then having food
Get out my refrigerator.
And then having food in your bedroom.
Oh man. Oh man. I'll fall under your bed or something.
Man.
Those times have totally changed.
Totally changed. Now you got chips all under the mattress.
Now, you know, it's like we move with these a lot of these stupid cultural trends.
It has changed.
So you know when they start talking about the body shaming and all of that kind of stuff. Right? Yeah. Of course. People who are overweight, like myself, okay, we're overweight. There's a lot of people who are overweight in our community, so it's not about shaming anybody.
It's about changing.
You know, but to sit here and be like, it's cool to be obese. You know, so now you got, you know, I see a lot of the women and men, like they just think it's cool to be obese.
Right.
Like people encourage you to be obese. Like you ain't fat enough.
Right. And it's like it's like they say you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Like
you ain't fat enough. Like I'm not fat enough. Like
I don't know who told you.
That's the most negative thing to say to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not fat enough.
Yeah.
Like you need to gain weight.
I mean, Dennis, you were kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be a healthy weight.
You're fine now. You look good.
Yeah, I know.
I mean. No. Oh, wow. I'm not talking about your face.
Oh, okay.
Physically.
Okay.
You look better.
Oh, okay.
You look healthier.
Yeah. Well, I was stressed out.
You look much healthier.
I was more stressed out. I wasn't eating right. I was sleeping all rested. I was drinking too much.
Yeah, you look healthier. Like
I've changed my diet, changed my lifestyle.
Yeah, you look so much healthier than before. Than when I met you.
Yeah, I look at some of the pictures. I was like,
you were like, So you look better. So stay where you are.
I'm good.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm
Okay.
good, but I'm pre-diabetic now.
Well, lose.
You know, that's my point. You gotta have a balance. I went from skinny to pre-diabetic.
But you can still change the way you eat.
No, definitely. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
But stay the way you are, but still change the way you eat.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is that there are a lot of people who are just comfortable with being obese, and they're not changing the way that they eat.
Right.
And it's going to lead to cardiovascular diseases.
Right.
It's going to lead to clogged arteries, heart attacks, strokes, diabetes,
high blood pressure, all of that.
High blood pressure, and all that leads to more, you know, more stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Because in your situation, right, you were, did you have high blood pressure, Soraya?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you deal with high blood pressure now?
I don't.
So you don't have it anymore?
I don't have it anymore.
So how'd you get rid of it?
I started eating healthier.
Really?
Yeah.
But high blood pressure led to you having to have a transplant, correct?
I lost my kidney. Yeah, I did.
Right. So explain how the effects of high blood pressure leads to kidney failure.
Well, I was eating unhealthy. It led to drinking a lot of sodas and eating a lot of salt. I was eating unhealthy while in college, and I had a lot of kidney infections.
You had a lot of kidney infections in college?
In college. And
you knew you were having kidney infections?
I did. And
so what happened when you were having kidney infections?
I was having pain in the kidney area.
Okay.
And the doctors, they would never, I don't think they were treated properly. Like they didn't give me the medicine that I needed. It just wasn't treated properly. So I would continue to go to the doctor, and I would be on antibiotic, and then after that, it was too late.
It was too late. Okay.
And then so once I moved back home from college, when I went to my doctor's appointment, and apparently my blood pressure was still high, and they saw that it was protein in the urine, and then that's when they discovered that my it's a level, it's called the creatinine level.
Okay.
It was way off the scale, and they noticed that the kidney had shriveled up.
Right. Okay.
So it was already gone.
Yeah, and all of that came from having an unhealthy diet.
Unhealthy diet.
Correct.
Yeah, it resulted
which
in
led to high blood pressure.
Which led to high blood pressure. It took it. Yeah.
And so high blood pressure led to kidney failure.
Absolutely.
But again,
but my other kidney, it was they said was barely working, but I was still able to function. It was still functioning, but
so they had to remove both of your kidneys?
Nope, I still have it.
You still have
I still have the one that's not working, the one that's barely working, and my transplant. So I have 3 kidneys. Yeah.
That's a lot. So, and again, any health challenges of such where you have to go through surgeries or have to go through transplants, those are things that are like very challenging for individuals, correct?
Yeah.
And why not do all that we can to prevent our children when we have this testimony, when we have these, history of examples of what happens if we do not get ahead of our diets and get into a healthy lifestyle? Why wouldn't we do everything we can to promote giving our children a healthy chance?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Right now.
Absolutely.
You see your child, quit letting your child just run, eat up all the cereal and eat up all the Hot Pockets and go in the refrigerator all night long, eating all night, eating all kind of chips and this. Regulate your children's diet like you're supposed to. This is we're getting away from such the normal things, and now we're just making it cool. Like if you're overweight, it's okay. You still gotta be you're beautiful and all of this. We're promoting unhealthy lifestyle.
Like it's cute, and it's not cute.
And it's not.
That's right.
I could just go on and on and on about these Walmart experiences. We call them butts and guts. When you see all the butts and the guts out there like that, I'll be like, look, baby. And then your hair purple.
Or green.
Or green and orange.
Or blue.
And you got on the spandex.
You weren't born with that color hair.
The whole back is showing and the crack is showing.
That's your Walmart. That's your
east side.
That's your community.
That's the east side.
With flip-flops on.
Look, with flip-flops on and house shoes. Like, look, I'm not trying to be nobody's, condemn no one. We love all our people, but we just want you to do better. And we can do better. Let's just put it like that. We can do better. So, primarily though, let's make sure that our children have a healthy opportunity. And we're not just allowing them to just eat up everything and destroy their lives from eating. You know what I'm saying? You're allowing your children to destroy their lives from eating.
And that's the thing. It's the parents.
The parents.
It's the parents.
Parents have no control over their children nowadays. And that's just absurd that we have allowed ourselves to get to this place in our society. So there's just so many different things that we have to tackle and that we're challenged with. But if we can just do the basic things like making sure that our children have a proper diet, I think it'll go a long way. So that's why I brought that up.
Okay, so speaking of children, masks will be optional for Milwaukee Public School students and staff in school buildings starting Monday, April 18th. The decision was made after a vote Thursday, March 24th by the Milwaukee Board of School Directors. For the last 2 years, there's been a number of long, contentious school board meetings about COVID-19 policies and protocols in MPS schools. So on Thursday night, the board voted to implement the new mask policy, a change from the original mandate that required masks be worn in all MPS school buildings to help reduce the spread of COVID-19. So, masks will continue to be available for students and staff in school buildings. So, since students return to class at MPS, mouths and nose have stayed covered.
Okay.
Okay.
So, children, you said it's going to be optional.
It's going to be optional.
Well, that's interesting because I have a story over here that states that there's a new strand of coronavirus
yes,
emerging in our community.
Yes.
Right?
And what is it called?
And it's called it says there may be a new COVID variant. Come on, man.
Yep. Because they was talking about a fourth booster shot or
something.
something.
Said it's called, so you had the regular COVID-19, right?
Yep.
And then what was the other one after that?
The Omicron.
Was it something before Omicron?
You got to remind me.
What was it? I'm just asking actually. You had the regular COVID, then it was something else. Then it became Omicron.
I thought it was Omicron. Maybe I'm wrong.
Remember, Omicron is the third strand.
Okay, I done lost track.
You had the regular kind, then something else that came up.
Okay.
And then they got a hold of that. Now you got the Omicron, and now you have
the Omicron. Wait.
Omicron is the third strand, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then now you have Deltacron.
Deltacron.
Where they getting these?
Now, is this coming from China? Where is this coming from?
Researchers in several countries, including the U.S., have found a new variant of the virus that causes COVID-19. Still, the Deltacron variant, made from a combination of genes found in Delta, it was Delta, then Omicron.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was Delta.
Okay, so what is this one?
Deltacron.
Delta.
So it's Omicron and it's Delta and Omicron.
So they put them together.
Dude,
somebody needs to get their lives together.
Still, the Deltacron variant, made from a combination of genes found in the Delta and Omicron variants, has not been widely seen. For now, people need not worry about Deltacron, as it's also initially not proving more severe. A potential new COVID variant strain, a combination of Deltacron, Omicron variants, you can call it Deltacron, has been identified. The World Health Organization said Wednesday that the new COVID-19 combination has been detected in France, the Netherlands, and Denmark. It's also been found in the U.S., according to a new report soon to be published on research sites. The San Mateo, California headquarters lab, Helix, which works with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to track COVID-19, sequenced 29,719 positive COVID-19 samples collected November 22nd to February 13th from across the U.S., according to the research team, which included the University of Washington Medical Center and testing company Theo Fisher Scientific. Researchers found 2 infections involving different versions of Deltacron, resulting from the combination of the Delta and Omicron genetic material. 20 other infections had both the Delta and Omicron variants, with one case having Delta, Omicron, and Deltacron. Right?
Deltacron. They put them together.
So it goes on and on and on. But they said the fact that there is not that much of it, that even the 2 cases we saw were different, suggests that it's probably not going to elevate to a variant of concern level and warrants its own Greek letter name They told USA Today. So far, the places where Delta Cron has been detected, there are very low levels of detection. Said Dr. Maria Van Kerkhove, an American infectious disease epidemiologist and the WHO's COVID technical lead during a Wednesday press conference. Right. So, so just be aware. They're talking about it's not going to be that bad. They told us that with the first COVID, and the next thing you know, everybody was dying.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, it's just COVID. It's nothing. 30 days ago, everybody was dying.
That's right.
COVID.
Right.
Literally 30 days ago, Dr. Carter died from COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we've been getting so much misinformation. And then we've been all going through all this, and now all of a sudden, COVID is just over with.
All of a sudden,
all these different
and then now
strains are emerging. They say, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just COVID."
And then now they dropped the mask mandate, and that's why I said research. And that's why I always said research need to do their own research.
Well, I'm gonna say this as well. What we have to do is we have to be proactive and take control of our health.
Right.
We got to do what it takes to build up our immune systems. We got to do what it takes to eat healthy, to live healthy. We got to reduce the stress. We got to do what it takes to make sure that we're safe in our community so we're not stressed. All of those things, all of these different stressors that we're dealing with affects our health.
It does. Because stress can definitely kill you.
It'll kill you or it'll make you sick.
It can.
You know, you go through all kind of things when you're stressed out.
It really
and
can.
we all have high levels of stress. So, you know, I think it's safe to say Will Smith has been under a whole lot of stress.
You think so?
When you just looked at the pressure, when you looked at dude crying the way that he was crying up on stage, and when you saw how he just was like, keep my wife's name
out your mouth.
No,
he was like, angry.
Yeah, but again, that's a built up.
That's why I said towards Chris Rock.
No, I just think period because everybody was enjoying Chris Rock
except for him.
The whole audience. You look at, I was watching the Oscars.
Right.
And when I watched it, Chris Rock was doing his thing.
Yeah.
Will Smith didn't have it seemed like he didn't have no previous, like, I don't think he expected Chris Rock to say something negative.
Right.
So it's not like he premeditated what he did.
At first, he was enjoying Chris Rock.
My point, but I'm just saying, no, he was reactionary.
Yeah.
It wasn't premeditated. He didn't come there thinking he was going to slap Chris Rock. I'm assuming that he didn't come there with, like, as soon as he say something, I'm slapping. I don't think he had that in his mindset. I think it was just impulsive. But also, when Will Smith got up there and did his speech, the man was like, you could tell he'd been under pressure. And you got to be, look, I'm a public speaker. I'm a public person. I know how, on a way lower level than Will Smith. And I understand the pressures of being in the public eye, running for office, doing things in the community, being on television, all of those, being on the radio. We understand that pressure from a lower level. Imagine being at his level. What he dealing with. If we have to deal with it on our level, you can't even imagine what that man is going through. So my point is that we have to do a better job of alleviating the stress that we're going through, the pressures that we're dealing with, so that our health is that we have a better condition within our health.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In other news, 22 minutes after the hour of 2:00 p.m., a class action complaint, Dennis, was filed against Ellume USA LLC after the company recalled millions of at-home COVID-19 kits last year.
What?
Yeah.
It recalled? What happened?
The complaint alleges Ellume is unjustly retaining the monies that customers spent on the recall test kits. Ellume has failed to refund the money that plaintiffs and the class spent when they purchased the recalled Ellume COVID test, the complaint states. Ellume issued 2 voluntary recalls of their at-home COVID test kits in 2021, one in October and one in November, that together cover more than 2.2 million tests. The recall were issued because the tests were found to have higher than acceptable false positive tests for COVID and were issued by the FDA as a Class 1 recall.
Mhm.
A false positive test could lead to delayed diagnosis or treatment of what is actually ailing the tester. Unnecessary COVID-19 treatment from a healthcare provider, and unnecessary isolation that could result in missing work or school, the FDA stated. The class action complaint includes 2 plaintiffs in addition to the class who receive false positives.
Oh, so that's why they recalled the test.
One tester in Indiana paid $65 for a test and received a false positive while she was traveling in Ireland, causing her and her entire tour group to quarantine unnecessarily and miss prepaid activities in October 21. Another tester from Ohio bought 2 kits for $538 and had to cancel an upcoming trip unnecessarily due to a false positive, losing out on airfare money and prepaid activities in July of 2021. The complaint alleges neither plaintiff has received a full refund yet from Ellume, despite having made contact with the company and learning their test kits were part of the recall. Wow.
So people were taking the test and they were getting false positives. That's so messed up. This coronavirus stuff been a mess the whole time, man. It's just been one big mess.
And I just was never fond of going to get a COVID test kit to take a home test kit. I just never believed in doing that myself.
What? So you say you'd rather go to the doctor?
I'd rather go to the doctor to do that.
See, I was total opposite. I'd rather go to
do a home test kit.
Do a home test
kit
and go to the doctor.
Well,
so when I was doing a performance with the First Stage Theater, and you had to take the COVID test,
right,
to make sure that you didn't have COVID, of course.
That's right.
And when I went, they just opened up the little thing. They had the test right there.
A rapid test?
A rapid test.
Okay.
So they had the little thing, and they swab, you swab it through your nose, you put it in there, and they was like, if we don't call you back, that's good news.
Right.
And it was the same test that I did with the at-home test, same rapid test.
Okay.
So what's the difference between the rapid test and another test?
Yeah.
And the other test?
Right. I don't know. And
so what test, when you took the test, was it a rapid test?
No, they told me it'll come back in 2 days.
And what did they do?
They swapped my nose.
The same way you did with the rapid test.
Yeah.
Right. My point exactly.
So they had me sitting on the edge for 2 days, and I could have just
took the rapid test, and they both was probably wrong anyway.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So I did take a rapid test.
Yeah.
I took the rapid test then, but when I wasn't feeling well, I went to Walgreens and bought a rapid test. It was the Binax or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was fairly simple, but I still was skeptical. I'm a skeptic anyway.
Okay.
I'm like, if I put this in my nose, it's giving me coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Like, But is it giving you the accurate results?
Is
it giving me the actual virus? That's how I'm thinking. I don't trust none of this stuff.
Right.
But anyways, so a lot of those tests that y'all have, basically,
it could be a recall.
It's a recall on the test, and you may have taken the test and tested positive or negative, and who knows if it's the truth or not.
Right.
Which, like I said, who knows what's the truth about the coronavirus period. So it's consistent with the fact that all the information been faulty the whole time. And it's going to be consistent in the next couple of years when you grow an extra thumb, and you be like,
Dennis.
They'd be like, if you grew 2 thumbs in 3 years, you can sue for the coronavirus 5th booster. That's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm so glad I didn't take that shot.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I really hate to read this story.
Read it.
It is sickening.
Really?
It's very sickening.
Okay. Okay.
Did you see that?
Mm-mm. Oh man.
Oh. I'm not gonna read
Read
this.
Read it. People need to know about this.
Oh,
This is why I don't go to restaurants the way that I used to go to restaurants. Just because of what I just saw. That hurt my eye.
Dennis.
Go ahead, read it. Read it.
An Oregon man alleges that a Red Robin restaurant employee
dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Do I have to read it?
Dun, dun, dun.
You look like Jaws.
Yeah, all right.
Dennis, I can't read this story.
Yes, you can. Read the story.
Dennis, this is sick.
There's some sick people out here in this world.
There's some sick people in this world.
You know, I'm telling you, people need to know what's going on at Red Robin.
Now,
I don't go to Red Robin.
Now, I wouldn't blame Will Smith for hitting him in the mouth.
You ain't getting slapped if you do that to me. You're getting shot. I'm gonna be a responsible gun owner, and you getting shot. Sorry. I ain't promoting violence, but it's certain things like Will Smith had to do what he had to do. You do something like this to me, yeah, it's gonna be some gunplay. It's gonna definitely be some gunplay.
What Eddie Murphy said in life, he said part 2 of my killing spree gonna go down.
It's going down around the dial.
He said part 2 of my killing spree gonna go.
Man, look, read the story.
Oh.
Come on, man. Read the story. You got other stories. Come on. Get that one out the way. Go.
An Oregon man alleges that a Red Robin restaurant employee put semen in his salad in retaliation for alleging racism.
Go for alleging racism. So dude said you was racist, and he go back and put semen in the salad. So it's a semen salad.
Did you? I'm not eating salad for a whole week.
He can't have a semen
Dennis,
salad.
you know I love salad.
Hey, look.
Now I gotta watch what I eat.
About time.
Dennis, hush. You know salad is my favorite meal.
I could just go so many. I could just go way off the deep end with this.
I'm
teachable moment. I'm learning from Chris Rock. I can't just say everything. But this man giving out semen salads.
A lawsuit seeking $1 million in damages was recently found in Multnomah.
For how much money?
$1 million.
Man, you gotta give me 10. You put semen in my salad.
Multnomah County Circuit Court against Red Robin International and Jason Fosberg, who was the manager overseeing employees at the time of the alleged incident. Fosberg is not accused of contaminating the salad. The customer's name is not listed in the lawsuit, but is identified as CT.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened, y'all.
I'm just saying though, but you said it was over alleged racism.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Police also investigating, but were unable to obtain DNA samples from the employees because the restaurant could not identify who was working during these hours because of the data hacked to the system. Okay, they're not giving all the information, but
you sure?
I'm looking.
Well, it said something about alleged racism.
Yeah. The customer is suing Red Robin for sexual battery, negligence, and discrimination. They're not giving all the information. To this day, plaintiff remains traumatized by the incident. Okay. Flashbacks. No, they're not giving all the information. Go further down. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
But it just talks about racism.
Whoa. So, dude, it said alleged racism. Like, dude went in there and said they was racist, and then next thing you know, he was eating a semen salad.
Dennis, okay, yes.
That's where was that at? Bro, you is not
in Colorado. And I'm sorry, in Oregon.
Okay.
Clackamas, Oregon.
Moving right along. That's too much right there. Dude just went too far with that. It's a story over here I was just looking at.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. What's up with R. Kelly, man? It ain't no hope for R. Kelly. Sorry about that. He got a trial coming up, don't he?
Yeah, R. Kelly is back in the news.
Okay.
R. Kelly is back in the news. Yes.
That's so unfortunate. It's over with R. Kelly, man. He ain't never getting out of jail.
Yes. I will say this though. There's a lot in here to be said. But he is awaiting trial in New York on May 4th, and he is facing between 10 years to life behind bars.
But yes,
it says he has additional legal troubles ahead, of course. In Chicago, he will stand trial on child pornography and obstruction of justice charges. He also is indicted of sexual abuse in state court in Chicago on child prostitution charge in Minnesota.
Man, buddy is tripping. I mean, like, it's just...
Yeah.
It's not good for R. Kelly, right?
Yeah, it's not looking good at all.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and then, like, they just still giving it to him. He's still going to trial in other places. Mm-hmm. He haven't even been sentenced for the first trial he was found guilty of.
No, but he's been in prison for quite a few years now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But 3 years ain't got nothing to do with the sentence that he getting ready to get.
No.
And they ready to make that a big... When they sentence him, you know, it's like...
Yeah.
It's like they're going to build it up to where you can see another black man being just torn down.
Yeah.
It's going to be so high profile, and they're going to make an example out of him. And that man will get a lot of time.
Yes, he is.
I'm predicting that man today is not going to show no more.
They said 10 years to life, so.
10 years to life.
10 years to life,
so what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
10 years to life? Oh, man, R. Kelly. If they say you get 37 years, that's the man's whole life right there.
Not looking good.
I don't know, man. Like, I got mixed emotions about it. Do you think R. Kelly should be in jail for the rest of his life?
Not for the rest of his life, but he should serve some time.
So, like, how much time you think it'd be like for all the stuff that they said or whatever, right? How much time you think he should be?
I would say 15 or 20.
I was thinking that too.
I would say 15 or 20.
I think that would be, I mean, for how they made it so like major and massive.
Yeah.
At the most, he should do like 15 or 20.
I would say that, yeah.
And again, just because he got convicted of something and all the stuff that was said, don't mean that the stuff was necessarily true.
Right.
What was true or wasn't true is still, you know, up for public opinion and what was, you know, alleged within the courts. But, you know, do the man need to go to prison for the rest of his life?
No, I don't think so. No.
I say if they gave him like 15 years, I think that's more than enough. Yeah. For whatever it is that is alleged that he's done. He didn't kill nobody.
No.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the, and I'm just leave it at that. You know, I don't condone no sexual assault, no sexual abuse. I don't condone any man having sex with underage women. I don't condone any man sexually abusing women, whether they underage or above age, whatever.
Right.
You know, none of that has. But then I had to think like, if it was my daughter,
you want him to go to jail for the rest of his life?
No, I don't know if I want him to go to jail for the rest of his life. If it was my daughter, I wouldn't even want him to go to jail.
What would you do, Dennis?
I just wouldn't want him to go to jail. And
you want to see him face to face and do what?
I want to deal with it myself. Personally, I would want.
I'm just done with you. You just want to do some damage. I get it.
I wouldn't even press charges.
Self-control.
Yeah,
self-control.
Like, you know, I want to see that man myself.
Self-control. All right.
But yeah, it shouldn't. I think if he got 15 years, it's been 15 years in prison for all the so-called stuff that he did.
Yep.
I think that's probably reasonable. But if they talk about giving that, if they start trying to give him 137 years, because they'll do that. Man, they'll hit that man with. I done seen people get 289 years.
Right.
I done seen people get 357 years. I'm talking about, I seen it with my own eyes. Right. In Milwaukee County Jail. I done seen them just send people up the river in Milwaukee County Jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you got 199 years, bro. Oh, dang.
What you do?
You feel sorry for him, like.
Yeah, right. All
man,
right.
you know, but I live.
All right, y'all.
So check this. We're going to break.
You're going to go to break.
Okay.
All right, 38 minutes after the hour of 2 p.m. Be right back right after this.
Mortuary sponsors the 2022 Soul-Stirring Gospel Easter Band, the Captain Spirituals, the Swanee Quintet, April the 17th, the Fabulous Lucky Brothers, you Willie Rogers, Bishop Neil Robinson, Mr. Taylor, Evelyn Turntine, H.G. Abundant Face, located at 7830 West Good Hope Road, Curtis Eubank, Tiffany Terry and Company. Pick your tickets up at the New Pitts Mortuary. For more information, call 414-447-6000 or 414-788-9159.
And we are back on the Soul of the City Gospel Radio Show. Inside this Monday afternoon, 44 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock p.m. We are in the home stretch towards the end of the show, having a great time. Again, if you have not done so by now, please become our Facebook friend. We are on Facebook. Please become our Facebook friend. We'd love to have you as a Facebook friend of ours. It is HD Higher Dimension Radio. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. All right.
Hello to Miss Joyce Evans.
Yes, good afternoon, Evangelist. Thank you so much for being a part of us today. Thank you so much. All right. We did talk about voting. Voting day is 1 week from tomorrow. Somebody say tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
All right. Early voting. You can still do your early voting between today and April 2nd. And April 2nd is this Saturday. All right. So Saturday is the last day for you to do early voting. All right. If you need a ride to do early voting, you can call 414-383-1821. 414-383-1821. Norma Ballantyne can get you there. Okay. You can
and again, it's from what date to what date?
March 22nd through April 2nd, which is this Saturday.
So it's over with this Saturday.
This
Early
Saturday.
voting is over with this Saturday.
Early voting is over with this Saturday. All right, March 22nd through April 2nd.
And then you can go vote from what time to what time? Does it say?
It does not say, but let's see.
And I asked that because last time I went to go vote, it was closed at like
I think it's 7 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
That was on Saturday.
It's on Saturday. Okay.
So
all right.
it may be extended longer.
Okay. So for more information, you can call 414-286-VOTE. How about that? 414-286-VOTE for more information.
Yes.
All right. So, but if you need a ride, you can call 414-383-1821. 414-383-1821. We're just about a week shy of voting day. And I think not only you can vote for the mayor, but I think it's for school board. This is not the year for automatic, is it?
No,
It's not.
so.
Okay. All right.
But there are some other elections on the ballot.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh man, maybe we could call Pastor Greg and get a sample ballot or something.
Okay.
Maybe that'll be something good to do. But you can announce it on the
Gospel Mania.
on Gospel Mania.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Work on that.
I'm actually going to try to go today
Okay.
and vote
All
for
right.
myself.
All right.
Anybody know if you got any challenges with the nominees, just vote for Dennis Walton. No, it's good exercise.
So he can make the community, I guess, a better place.
I guess a better place. We Will Smith and everybody. Once I get in here, I'm a Will Smith.
I guess.
Hey, so check this out, right? This is real serious.
What's
stuff.
that?
Did you hear about the Don't Say Gay bill?
I did.
What did you hear about it?
I heard about the bill
What did you hear about it?
to not say gay.
It's more than that.
I know.
It's a legislation.
Yes, I heard about
It's
the
a
story.
piece of legislation
Mhm.
that is coming out of Florida.
Mhm.
And so
They
the
were.
Florida legislature
Mhm.
has signed this bill into law, right?
Mhm.
And the bill was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. Now I want you to listen to this, and those who are out there in the audience, you can listen. And I want the feedback, right? Give me some feedback. Governor Ron DeSantis has signed the Parental Rights in Education bill, dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill by critics. The bill bans classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through third grade and states that any instruction on those topics cannot occur in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance with the state standards according to the legislation, which is HB 1557.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We will make sure that parents can send their kids to school to get an education, not an indoctrination, DeSantis said before signing the bill on Monday. This is a Republican governor, okay?
Mm-hmm.
To be clear. The legislation states that the Florida Department of Education would have to update its standards in accordance with the requirements. Under this bill, parents can also decline any mental, emotional, and physical health services available to their children at school, and schools will be required to notify parents of their child's use of school health services unless there is a reason to believe that disclosure will subject the student to abuse, abandonment, or neglect. Parents could sue their school district if they believe there is a violation of any of these requirements or restrictions. The bill is expected to go in effect July 1st. It says, I think the last couple of years have really revealed to parents that they are being ignored increasingly across our country when it comes to their kids' education. We have seen curriculum embedded for very, very young children, classroom materials about sexuality and woke gender identity. We've seen libraries.
Ideology.
What did I say?
Identity.
I'm sorry. Woke gender ideology.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen libraries that have clearly inappropriate pornographic materials for very young kids, DeSantis claimed at the signing. The bill has stirred debate and controversy nationwide. Critics say that this ban is aimed at ridding classrooms of LGBTQ content and discussions. This is what the critics are saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? They say it will harm LGBTQ youth by shunning representation
Mm-hmm.
and inclusion in classrooms,
So
putting the mental health and safety of this group at risk.
Okay.
Right? Let's be clear. Should its vague language be interpreted in any way that causes harm to a single child, teacher, or family, we will lead legal action against the state of Florida to challenge this bigoted legislation. Local LGBTQ advocacy groups, Equality Florida said in a statement. They also said erasing the presence of the LGBTQ community from lessons implies students should be ashamed or should suppress their gender identity or sexual orientation. Legislators against the bill argue that students are aware of gender identity and sexual orientation at a young age and said schools should be allowed to offer spaces to discuss these topics.
Okay.
The Biden administration has denounced the legislation and met with LGBTQ youth and their families in the state. And there's a lot more to be said about this.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that we got to wrap it up. But let's just have a brief discussion about this subject. What do you think about the Don't Say Gay bill?
So what point are they trying to make? I guess that's my question.
What they're saying is that children should not be exposed to children in kindergarten
Right.
up until the third grade
Mm-hmm.
should not be exposed to anything sexual.
Right, trying to
in their schools. Their teachers should not be teaching them anything about anything that's sexual, and that and that their parents should be the one who has these conversations with them.
Right.
And that if the teachers in any school provide sexual exposure and materials to any child that's from kindergarten to the 3rd grade, then the parents have a right to sue that school district for exposing that child to any sexual material.
So they're pretty much trying to bring the curriculum into the into these classes, into the classroom, right?
What curriculum?
The homosexual curriculum.
Yeah, they're trying to bring a gay curriculum, LGBTQ, homosexual information, and they want to start introducing kindergartners, 1st graders, 2nd graders, and 3rd graders, children in elementary school. They want to introduce them to what it means to be gay, what it means to be homosexual, what it means to be transgender. They want to start having these sexual discussions with these children,
and having inappropriate pornographic material.
No, they said that that's what they have been seeing in some of the classrooms, and the critics are saying that it's wrong for the governor to sign this legislation because it's trying to erase LGBTQ discussions out of elementary schools.
And the governor signed this bill?
The governor signed the bill to saying that we're not doing this.
Oh my God.
The governor signed the bill saying that parents have a right to make a decision on if their children are going to be exposed to anything sexual.
Okay.
And we're going to have a more extended conversation about this in future shows.
Yeah.
But just to be straight to the point, I think the governor is exactly dead spot on.
Yeah.
You know, and again, they're trying to make a Democrat Republican. This is the Republican governor. I totally 1,000% agree with this governor, and I totally 1,000% disagree with Joe Biden. Wow. This is why I'm not a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Democrat or Republican, but it's specifically reasons why I could not claim at this time being a Democrat. That is just not in my. When you see the president of the United States advocating for 1st grade, kindergarten children to be exposed to anything sexual, and then trying to take the power away from the parents to decide on if their child should be exposed to something sexual.
No.
Then you talk about he opposed the legislation and he meeting with LGBTQ groups. What about the parents?
Yeah. Trying to override the parents.
He's trying to override the legislation, saying that the legislation is not good legislation, and he condemned the legislation.
But he won't be able to do that, though, right? He won't have that power, the authority to do that.
It's already passed. The law being passed. But again, what is it that is so? Why would you oppose? So this is what the opposition is saying. They say it will harm LGBTQ youth by shunning representation and inclusion in classrooms, putting the mental health and safety of this group at risk. Let us be clear. They're talking about if they're gonna be willing to sue the Florida School District if something goes on. They say they also said erasing the presence of LGBTQ community from lessons implies students should be ashamed or should suppress their gender, identity, or sexual orientation.
Right.
Legislators against the bill argued that students are aware of gender identity and sexual orientation at a young age, and said schools should be allowed to offer spaces to discuss these topics. But you're telling me that parents shouldn't be in control if they want their child to hear this stuff?
It also says right here under this bill, parents can also decline.
No, under this bill, they're not having it. I'm saying the people, the gay people,
right,
are saying that they want to have they want to have the conversation. They want to introduce this information to kindergartens,
right?
All the way up to 3rd grade.
But Joe Biden wants it, but they don't want it.
Wants it.
Oh no!
The governor is signing legislation
that he don't want it. Right?
Introduce sexual information to children.
Right.
You can't do these things without parents giving consent.
That's right.
And teachers have they are not allowed to offer this information to the students and not allow parents to have a influence in what their child is being taught. Why would you as a group, as a gay group, say, if you want to teach your children about being gay, you got every right to teach your child about being gay in your household. Why would you want to make sure that every child is exposed to what being a transgender is, or being a homosexual is, or being a queer is, or whatever it is that y'all doing, all these different letters? You want to introduce this to every child. As a parent, I don't want my child to be introduced to anything sexual. Nothing. And then who are you to tell? Then how are they going to say, well, when a child is 2 years old and 3 years old, they already understand their gender, and they already understand their sexuality.
And then to make them even more confused.
Man, look, a child shouldn't be exposed to anything sexual. You should not even be discussing sexuality.
That's right.
What you should be doing is training your child
at 2 years old. At that, absolutely.
What you should be doing is helping to develop your child's gender.
Yep.
Helping develop your child's sexuality.
And they should only
based upon the gender that they are born to.
And they should know mama and daddy.
A father
and a mother.
Right. A father and a mother.
That's right.
When you have a child, when a man and a woman has a child, when that son is born,
that's right.
That it's that mother and father's role and responsibility.
That's right.
To make sure that this young boy
to be taught
understands that he is a boy.
That's right.
And it's also their responsibility to shape his understanding and his perspective about what it means to be a male child.
That's right.
Born gender male from birth.
And to remain that way.
And the same thing, again, if the child remains that way or not, that's not for the parent to determine, because you have people who decide to be gay. You have people who decide to do whatever.
Lord Jesus.
But the parent's role is to help this child to understand you are a male child, and these are the values that we are instilling as a family and that we want you to go into.
Yeah.
Same thing with the daughter.
And like the Bible said, train up a child in the way that they should go.
When a female child is born into a family, it's the mother and father's role and responsibility to train up the child and set the values in place for the child for what the family values are, or what their cultural values are, and to teach this child, this is what you do as a young woman, this is what you do as a young man.
Yeah.
Now, once you instill those foundational values into your child, as that child grows to become adult, that child can make decisions based on their own from what their family has taught them and has provided for them. It's not the school's role. The school's role is to teach academics.
That's it.
It's not to teach a child what sex he should be.
And how to be gay.
This is just the most sickest mess ever.
Wow.
And the fact that we have a whole presidential administration that wants to oppose something as simple as a governor saying you cannot expose children to sexual things at an early age. That just lets you know this is why I'm not feeling the Biden administration at all. Nothing. I don't care about nothing else, but the fact that you want to allow for children to be exposed to sexual anything, and you don't want the parents to have control over the sexual information that's being introduced to them, bro, come on, man. And anybody who argues that, they're a sick person. If you want to teach your child to be sexually involved or sexually aware and gender aware of being gay or straight or transgender, you can do that in your privacy of your own home. You don't allow that to go into a school system and parents not to have no control over what type of information their child being introduced to.
Yeah. It says laws around it.
I'm doing homeschool.
It says that's what I was gonna say. That should be in the making.
I'm doing homeschool.
That should be in the making. Homeschool should be in the making.
Back here, I'm doing homeschool.
Because it says laws around the country, including Florida, have targeted and sought to bully some of our most vulnerable students and families and create divisions in our school.
That's what the LGBTQ people said.
Right.
And they wrong.
Yeah.
They did wrong. They did wrong. And for us, if you sit there and accept that, I don't care what nobody say. It's not even an argument.
Yeah, right.
It's not even, you can't even make the argument that that's a valid thing to do. That you're going to sit here and say that we should introduce young people into sexual, a kid in kindergarten, we should start talking to him about his gender. We should be talking to him about his sexuality.
No.
In school.
Mm-hmm.
Now you should have them conversations
at home.
At home.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, who is this teacher?
Yeah.
And what is this curriculum that Jordan put in front of my child that's going to teach my child about his sexual identity?
This gonna look like he's snapping. Look.
Man, look, I feel it. Like, dude, that is bogus.
Yeah.
That's 1,000% bogus.
Mm-hmm. It should be, and he's right. The discussion and decision should be left to the parents.
So why would Joe Biden go against that?
Yeah, I agree.
What did he say? They say he vehemently denounced the new legislation, and he's meeting with LGBT groups and youth right now to discuss them forcing sexual information onto kindergartners. Man, look, anybody who go for that, they need to be Will Smith.
Now you mean Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Will Smith you.
With the ED, Chris Rock.
Yeah, we're gonna either Will Smith you
or Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Be Chris Rock.
Chris
Rock to do. Chris Rock to do.
Will Smith or Chris Rock. However you want it.
That's
I got
crazy.
My slapping hands is in it. You want the Will Smith? Or you want the Chris Rock?
Oh, this is the
make a decision. Because dog tripping.
Yeah.
Homeboy is really out of order.
Wow. All right, y'all. We got to go. 4 minutes after the hour of 3:00 p.m. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us. I did mention that I was going to give you all the new email address. Did you pull up the flyer for your event on this?
Let me do that really quick.
This Thursday. All right. So the new email address for the show or for HD Media or HD Radio is hd@hdmediagrp.com. That's hd@hdmediagrp.com. That is our new email address. All right. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can email us here, hd@hdmediagrp.com. All right.
Okay. And for the event that we're having on this Thursday, do I got it here. Action items. No, hold on. Wait a minute. Right now starts listening sessions to start on 3. That'll be 3/31/22. That's on this Thursday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. We're also going to do a Know Your Neighborhood campaign. We invite all the residents to come out to be a part of that as well. The guests that are going to be there are going to be Annalise Dickman from the Beatty Group, Simone Kilgore, and Heidi Roseway. These are people who have a lot of information around gun violence and gun safety and helping us to design these campaigns. Hold on one second. I got another flyer here. Yes, here it is. Right. So the responsible gun ownership listening session, it says, what does responsible gun ownership look like to you? Right. And that's what we want to focus on for people in our community, helping us to understand and decide what does responsible gun ownership look like. Again, this is going to be an in-person meeting at Moody Park Pavilion, 2201 West Hour. That's going to be Thursday, March 31st from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Okay. And Annalise Dickman, who is one of the guests from Brady United. Brady is an organization that focuses on uniting Americans against gun violence. This workshop will be facilitated by myself.
And when is it again?
Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday at 5:30.
Okay.
We will have food as well for people who may want to be hungry. We're going to have some light food and snacks there as well. But it'll be from 5:30 to 7:30. And again, it'll be hosted by myself, Dennis Walton, and also Brother Rice Bay, who is the chair for the safety committee for Amani United. And we want everyone to come out and have their voice be heard. This is going to be really, really important. These are first steps, not even the first steps, but a continuation of what we've all been talking about as it pertains to gun safety in our community. But we're going to ramp it up and do everything we can to get ahead of this thing and do what we can to save lives and create a safe environment in our community, the Amani community, as well as the city of Milwaukee.
Wonderful. All right. So we're going to post that flyer on our Facebook page for more information. All right. All right. Lastly, happy birthday. Got us in a birthday shout out to my cousin, Deacon Tony Lee. Happy birthday to you, and a belated birthday to my sister, Robin Thompson, who celebrated her birthday over the weekend. Birthday blessings to you as well. Become our Facebook friend on Facebook.com and let us know when your birthday rolls around. We'll definitely announce it for you and salute you and honor you when your birthday comes. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning for the Gospel Mania radio show. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. to 10 a.m. All right. So, Dennis.
Yes, ma'am.
Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
You as well, and thank you for everyone who is listening online.
Yes.
On the internet, as well as who's been participating in the podcast. We look forward to seeing you on the next show. I may not be available for next Monday.
Right.
I'm taking a trip down south to pick up my son.
Yes.
Y'all pray for me. This is
safe travels.
That's pretty, something that's quite challenging. But if all goes well, I'll be returning back home to Milwaukee with my youngest son, Limbrick Walton. So keep me in prayer as I travel across the highways and the byways and make my way back home.
Okay.
With my baby boy.
All right. We'll be praying for you. All right. All right, y'all. Keep it here.